Welcome, everyone, to Constructed Chaos, where we run our D&D live stream every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time, and where XIVM shows up early to gift up 10 gifted memberships to all of you. Thank you so much, friend. It's so good to see you in chat, even if you do call the Streamlabs bot a chicken every time you show up. I like that command, too. It's a lot of fun. Thank you again, seriously. We really appreciate your generosity, and welcome all you new friends here to the adventure. Hope you enjoy tonight. We have some big plans in store, but first I want to talk a little bit about a new change I made. We have a new command in the chat that is !chaos item. It'll generate a random mundane magic item for you to enjoy. There's a pretty long list, so you shouldn't get duplicates, and it should continue to work throughout the stream. Let me know if it doesn't. We'll see how it goes. It's about as chaotic as it gets.
I don't think it's gifting us anything. Just
right.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, it's not giving anything to the players. It's just making some goofy magic items. I hope you guys enjoy that.
I thought it was actual items.
I wanted to make some new free options that weren't chaos points.
If any of them become fan favorites, we can add them to the list. I'm sure.
That is true. Yeah, if we ever get inspiration from this, we will be sure to add that to our actual giftable random list. Grim Reaper, thank you for showing up here today, and thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. It's always good to see you in the chat. Along with our good friend Angel from Darkeport, they ran their stream last night. They run on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Central Time if you haven't checked them out before. But I would be remiss if I didn't also mention our stream sponsor, Tabletop Beard, because they are here once again sponsoring the stream with their fighter beard oil this time, which, it's easy to forget about the fighter, but everyone can benefit from a couple levels in fighter if you multi-class. Sure. So just make sure you pick up some for 20% off with code CHAOS20 over at their website. This really is one of my favorite scents. It smells like smoked oud and steel.
Me too.
Oh,
I love it.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's about as manly as you can get.
I think so.
So check out our friends over at Tabletop Beard. Their link is in the description below. We love them. And like I mentioned last time, we've been working on some stuff. May have gotten some things in the mail from them today. I will keep that secret just a little longer. You'll have to wait just a little bit longer. I won't forget tonight. We do also have a comment highlight. Yeah, thank you, Sam. Thank you. This comment is a short and sweet one from John Washburn. He said, "That was fun."
Period.
I agree. It was very fun.
It was fun.
If you guys didn't catch the last episode, we had a lot of really cool combats, a really big reveal, and a lot of lore that was divulged in a pretty fun and interesting way. I actually rewatched the session today just to make sure I had all of it set straight in my head. So if you want to catch any of our old episodes, they are here on the channel, of course, all part of a playlist. And we're getting close to doing another recap here. We do one every 10 episodes, so it's a good way to catch up if you're falling behind on the campaign. That all said, I think it's finally time for us to
roll that beautiful bean footage.
Yeah.
Within the archives of Gonladir, towering shelves carved from dark stone stretch endlessly upward, their rows of weathered tomes and scrolls glowing faintly in the shimmering radiance of mithril veins that stripe the walls. As you delve deeper into these halls of history, the story of Pyraxis seems to be etched into the bones of Roria itself, the tale of a giant whose ambition birthed a great and terrible dragon, and whose sorrow forged the icy white fang that brought it down. The records speak of the giants as sculptors of life, shaping the very essence of Solem, but it is their failure that now echoes in the present. This cursed legend carries the secret to defeating the Ashen, now a vile shadow inhabiting the dragon's bones. Yet the fang's fate is shrouded in mystery. The only hint lies in the writings of a deceased author, whose famed shield and sword now rest in the hands of her son.
Welcome back, everyone. So, now that chat has seen the intro, and all of you have seen the intro, you've been regaled of our tales thus far, we rejoin the 4 of you within the archives of Gonladir, having divulged some rather incredible information from the past as Luciana continues to inspect the Rolthar member that you met upon entering. You continue to pore over these ancient texts and scrolls. What would you like to do?
I cast Fireball. No.
I didn't ask how big the library was.
So she's talking to the Rolthar that is the librarian?
Yes.
What is she doing? Was she talking
We
to her
were
about,
basically
or-
like, go check her out because
Yeah,
we know
you
one
said
of them is.
You felt like...
And she told us to like chill here.
Oh,
She
yeah,
told us
that's
to
right.
stay.
I rolled like a. Man, I was rolling hot at the end of the
You
last
really
session.
were. Yeah.
I rolled like a couple
Honestly,
nat 20s.
all of you guys were.
Yeah.
I know. I just rolled nat 20 before the session even started. I hope it keeps up.
Oh, let me roll my Twilight dice. It is Hoa Hoa season.
I was making you do that one on your own.
So she's questioning her to see like what her underlying like what her hang up was, because whenever I was talking to her, she was like squirmy. Slightly.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
she wasn't telling the whole truth, or something you said.
You felt like she was too eager, I think
Gotcha.
is what you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how some libraries are, or at least modern libraries, have like more than just books, right? They've got like
Mhm.
other sections that might be like some interactive stuff or whatever. Does this place have anything like that? That might be like maybe some things on display, like kind of a museum like, or maybe a little bit more of like an interactive
Mhm.
kind of thing.
As you continue to peruse this vast library, I will say make an investigation check, relatively low DC. I just want to see if you're able to find what you're looking for here.
18.
Yeah. So after a period of wandering around and seeing a lot of not only books and scrolls, but scribblings etched into sort of displayed plinths of historical significance, you eventually stumble upon an area that appears to be a sort of display forging and mining setup. None of it appears to be operable. Of course, it would probably be a bad idea to have flames near so many of these ancient texts, but it does show a bit of what makes Gonladir so unique. And as you sort of look over some of the equipment that's available here, you begin to understand that Gonladir is not so much a blacksmith as you're traditionally used to. When you meet blacksmiths in their businesses, in their homes, in their element, they are almost artist-like. And while they may have tools of the trade, those tools are often relatively simplistic. It appears that Gonladir has made very large advancements in the benefit they're able to gain from using machines to purify metals and extract metals from the ground.
I would definitely call Drazad over while I'm looking at this too, because as much as Valith might find it interesting, I don't think he'd very much be able to act on any of this knowledge.
Also, do you have detect magicka?
No, I can if you would walk up and ask.
Yeah,
me
I would walk
would
up and
too.
say,
Yeah,
ask you.
yeah. Then while Drazad's looking at this mining thing, I'll ritual cast detect magic. I'd also, like I said, just as a reminder, I always have the eye of see invisibility up as well.
Okay. Yep.
But yeah, I'll cast detect magic.
Got it. As you cast your detect magic spell across the area, you don't see anything coming from the forge in specific. Even though there are runes etched into it, it looks like the runes are inactive and they may not harbor any magic. But one of the mechanisms that appears to be sort of a pounding mallet hanging over an anvil, you gather might actually be a perhaps retired machine that was placed here, because the rune on it does still have some magic. It appears to be, I guess that would be transmutation magic, maybe. Or, would it be evocation? Whatever would make the gears turn and allow the hammer to smash.
Hammer smash. And And nothing on like any of the books or anything.
That's what I wanted to know. I pulled up
As I
my
kinda
mom's
like-
book and I was like, "Is there any magic on this?
Doesn't appear to be any magic. on
Is
the
there
book.
any magic around the door that we came in?
Nope.
Like, do they have like? do they,
I feel like Odds grabs
Yeah.
Val's head and is just pointing it at stuff.
It's like,
Over
this
there.
is mine.
yeah. Well,
He's like, "Did you finish?" Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah. And I think that's what I'm trying to determine too. Like, I don't know if I should ask to take this book or just pick.
If you say that to me, Val
Yeah,
will
yeah.
remind you that she told us not to take anything from here,
Yeah.
and she would know.
Yeah. Okay, I'll ask.
Yeah, especially because Valeth is, for once, not someone who's a persona that would quickly steal anything.
Yeah, Vala,
I'm so proud
you're
of
no
you.
fun, man.
He said, "Why would we be having fun in a situation like this where the straits are so dire?"
Because that's what we do.
I would never.
Trust me, yes, you would.
Maybe not this you, one of you.
Yeah.
Pull that hair up.
Oh, it is. That's the problem.
I'm trying to
Part of
think.
Valeth has it up though, huh?
In like a loose ponytail, not necessarily up. The bun is the paladin. I'm bun Valoth right now.
Got it.
Your bun Valeth.
Sun's out, buns out.
Nice.
Easy to remember because there's another paladin who's also a bun.
A bun.
So what else are you guys doing here?
Is there a restricted section?
There doesn't appear to be any.
Oh, okay. No closed doors with bars on it that says "Do not enter."
Yeah, like is there like an office or something?
They actually appear to be quite open with their historical information.
Gotcha.
Like they don't make an insight check actually.
They're so secretive about people getting into the city that they're like, if you're here, who the hell cares?
Yeah, exactly. You got
You
past-
made it this far. You made it. Welcome.
You passed your insight check, Sam.
Sorry.
Yeah, basically they surmise if you've made it past the city and you've been allowed to enter the archives, there's no reason to bar you from knowledge that holds no harm for the world.
Gotcha.
They hide nothing here. Their history is their own. They've made it so.
This is the way. Yeah, I mean, I don't know unless there's like some other.
Do we?
Is there a history section for Gonladir itself, like the city of Gonladir founding?
I would say with your prior investigation check, you're definitely able to find some information on Gonladir. In particular, you find out that Gonladir means, translates as Sanctuary of the Silver Light. It was indeed founded by a dwarf named, who carried the name Rolthar, traveling with his clan of followers of Iramor after they were saved from a great and terrible storm that was, as the legend goes, brought on by a powerful, not deity, but entity. And so when they settled, they decided to settle in Iramor's original home.
And that's this.
That's this.
What was
The Pale Halls specifically.
boy's name?
Was Iramor's original home, you said?
Pale Halls,
Yeah.
yeah. So Gonladir's built, well, at least the surface level where you guys are, is built outside of the Pale Halls. Her home would have been within.
In the mountain.
In the mountains.
You must
Then
get
you'll carry Madame Zeroni up the mountain so she can drink.
Sorry, I'm just pulling up.
Didn't Tydra see, wasn't his vision about like a bright silver light that he was seeing coming out of the mountain?
Yeah, that was coming out of the mountain near where he lived.
That's not important. Location's not important.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, that's a good connection.
Where's the entrance to
We're
the
in
mines?
Gonladir, right?
Yep.
Yes. In the
Make a
archives.
survival check because you have not found
We haven't
that
like
yet.
seen anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Pale Hall is the mountain range,
The
Yes.
Pale Halls are the mountain range.
and that's where Iramor
Mm-hmm.
lived.
Yes.
22.
Is it? Oh, sorry. I was just gonna ask if it's the same as the other. I keep forgetting the name. The other
Hollow?
place, the Hollowed Halls.
Yeah.
Like there's like a city inside the mountain.
Yeah, more or less, dwarves typically call mountains halls.
Yeah.
So
because
there may not be something actually in this mountain like
Yeah.
the other one.
Wasn't
they just-
Gonladier built
Oh.
somewhat into the mountain? Or is it like...
Gonladier is built. The surface part of the city where you all are right now is
Yeah.
built just shy of the mountain range.
Right.
But you would surely know that there is a lot more city
yeah, that's
to be
what I-
had if you can enter the mines,
Yeah,
enter the
that's
sub
what I imagine.
levels. Yeah. What did you roll? You said 22.
It was
Yeah.
yeah.
I was like, what's +5?
It would only make the most sense if the entrance to the Pale Halls was near the back of the city
Yeah.
at the base of the mountain range.
Okay.
You would imagine it would probably be the most fortified and most important thing for them to protect. It would probably be near the center back.
In my histories of Gonladier, did I find any books that would show kind of like maybe an original blueprint of like, this is what Gonladier looked like when it was first founded, way back in the day, like something like that.
I mean, it speaks to the original clan settling Gonladier and settling the underground, and eventually as they began to understand the value of mithril and understand how to mine it and process it, it became much more valuable, and so the rest of the city started to be born
Around that.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just wondering if it showed like if we could find essentially what would have been like the original mine or something.
It would appear that as with the information you find on Gonladier, with your prior investigation check, there is but one entrance. They're very. You gather that's a theme that they've taken to. Security is very important for them here,
Yes, toy.
and they know that having one entrance, one exit is easier.
Do I
to keep
happen
track
to
of.
find a map of the mine?
A mine? They call it a mine.
Maybe not even the whole thing, but maybe like a map of the city that shows like the very front entrance of the mine and like, I don't know, maybe like exactly 500 feet in.
That I can say without a doubt that you do not find.
Damn. Because if I know exactly how far it is from a certain point, we could just dimension door in there.
You're trying to find.
A map of the mine.
Not necessarily like a full map either, but like kind of a general layout of the entrance.
Yeah, you're trying
Yeah.
to just figure out what they look like.
Yeah, specifically kind of how far it is from any point within the city. So that
Whoa, Grim Reaper! Thanks for the 20, bud. Thank
Heck
you.
yeah, brother.
5 gifted members and a nat 20. Hell yeah, dude.
I should
Good
write
roll.
a song that I sing every time someone.
Ooh.
Because we could have dimension doored in if that was the case.
Nothing.
Oh,
I just
because you
thought
would
about
know.
Yeah, because dimension door just says you pick a direction and a distance as long as it's within 500 feet and
Well, I mean,
you
can
go
we
there.
still dimension door?
But if it's a spot that you can't, like if it's inside of
Like if it's
a
a wall
mountain,
or
right?
something.
Like if
It
it's
hurts.
not an empty cave,
It hurts a lot.
it hurts you and you get jutted back out.
Sort of like the hallway scene that you guys experienced last session, but it just like keeps happening.
Yeah.
Well, no, yeah, you don't go in. You get blown out and take just a shit ton of damage.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah. So I was hoping to try to figure that out. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Of all the information you find
No,
there,
I
that
figured
is
they would be
something they're not
secretive, but
gonna
I didn't
have.
know if they would like at least be like, this is the city and here's the mine, and like just like a trailing lines out. So I'm like, okay, well, it's generally probably we could maybe, make like an educated guess.
Yeah.
But
I would say, I mean, between you and Drazad, you know where the entrance is, but
Yeah.
not much else.
So the information that we found out about in the book, in Nursery Rhyme, and talking about the what is it? The
Ice Fang.
Ice
flag,
Fang.
the ice knife thing,
Mhm.
right?
The Silver Fang.
Silver Fang. That's what it is.
Silverfang.
Thank you.
I like that name better.
What's the significance of that again?
It is what
Pyraxis created to defeat Bramrak the
That's
first
Yes.
time.
That's right. But we
Exactly.
don't know what it is, right? Or it
It-
was the knife
It was like a
some
weapon.
type of mithril weapon that
that
was
we found out was
Yeah.
in him.
in him.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
and at least the slag of it is what has created
Mithril.
the mithril. So it might even be like a more pure version of mithril in and of itself. But yeah.
Okay.
And then, okay. So where do we go from here?
Well, we could go and seek our ally. If our ultimate goal is to get into the mines, they might be able to secure us passage.
Or we can sniff out the person that's helping Imster?
We could do that while we're trying to, yes.
Yeah.
I just fear if someone is unknowingly helping Imsford, it might be pretty tough
To find out who it
to
is.
find out who it is. And if we
They're
just find the person
unknowingly
that's
helping.
disappeared within the mines, that might be a faster end to our goals.
Right, that's
Plus, that's a Forge Master.
yes.
She might be able to. She might know a little bit more about.
The Forge Master is the one
Is
that's
the person that's in
missing.
the mines
yeah,
right
Yeah,
now.
Kevin
Okay.
Durant.
Yeah.
Is that the plan? Is that what you guys are doing?
I don't know.
Go seek out our ally at least. I mean, before we start trying to get into the mines, because I feel like, just talking about it outside of character, right? Like I feel like getting into the mines is difficult, and it'd be easier if we had someone of the Rothar specifically, right? Who's like, oh yeah, no, they're cool. Let them in.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
The Oracle said we could find an ally in the
Town Square.
Square.
Yeah.
Did she give us a name of that Rothar member?
She did actually. It was Sileria. Sileria.
borough.
Yeah.
Or how you spell that?
Syllria.
I want to sneak back up on Cat Lady and librarians. Yeah. Conversation, kind of eavesdrop on them.
Okay. Make a stealth check for me.
Okay.
What's her name again?
Luciana.
Thank you.
Oh.
Nat 20.
Yeah. How can you forget?
I rolled a 3 on the first time, but I'm going to use heroic inspiration.
Very nice. So Odd, as you kind of stealth around these bookshelves in classic, super sleuth fashion, you sort of overshoot for a second, and then you see them talking around the corner, so you double back and press your back against the bookshelf, and you hear
I'm making noises like dun, 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 dun.
And you pivot so hard that your knee feels like a weird
Easy,
twinge, but
easy.
Oh, Sam,
You suddenly have this intuition to play a game called pickleball.
oh God. So am I to understand that you side with Benara in all this? You are an ally to us. Yes, that's right. It's hard to bounce between these
Yeah,
accents.
hers.
but
Yeah.
That's
doing
right. I'm an ally to you. Don't much like Imsford. You seem like the book burning type.
Can we insight check that?
Odd. I don't know if you're there, Morgan.
Odd can.
I didn't.
She said, I didn't.
I did.
Why am I not there?
He snuck to go and listen to their conversation. I mean, you could try to stealth with him.
I'm not catching anything.
That's okay.
That's okay.
That's no big deal. It's like one thing you missed. You're fine.
Dirty 20.
With an eye roll.
Yeah.
Once again, she seems quite earnest. Of all the people you've met in your journey through Gonladir thus far, her heart is on her sleeve.
And what is
She
her
is
name again?
ironically an open book.
What's her name?
Her name
Hey!
is...
That just works. Librarian, open book, perfect.
Yeah, it really does.
Hey.
Breda.
Freedom.
Vreyda.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I missed the Y. Well, that was close.
Breda.
Why did you do that?
I guess so. Who's Stabby Cat Lady? What's her name?
Luciana.
Luciana, yeah.
How
Stabby,
have y'all
stabby.
all forgotten this all of a sudden? She says she's a good
She didn't
guy, and
say-
everybody's like,
Yeah.
she's chill,
Ah,
brah.
me.
She didn't stab me.
She's
Yeah,
chill,
exactly. Yeah.
Luciana
Um,
Del Oro.
All right, so
Bitch.
I guess Luciana
Please
really
tell my-
couldn't suss out what I picked up on her before, right?
It certainly seems like Luciana
anxiousness.
has tried to press her for information in a way that would not seem suspicious and
Right.
come up mostly with nothing other than the fact that they appear to be aligned with you.
Yeah. So I'll walk up at this point and I'll say, hey, y'all got a Clark catalog checkout system or something?
No, I'm afraid not.
I found this book, and I would like to take it. I mean, do y'all have like a take one, give one situation?
Leave a
I'm afraid I can't let that one go in particular. It's one of a kind.
That's why I want it.
Well,
The author's somebody very close to me.
who are you to Zave Ervo?
How do you know Zave Ervo?
I know everything.
Okay.
Where's the silver fang?
Yeah,
She kind of shrugs and rolls her eyes. I don't eat a lot.
Yeah. So you just know everything. I am Zave Ervo's only child.
And you see her kind of like question you for a moment, and as she looks you over, she notices the sword. May I?
Yeah, I'll hand it to her.
She holds it in her hand. Fucking snaps it. No, just kidding. she
Just
holds
takes
it.
the gem.
She holds it out in her hand and begins to run her hands over it. You worry she might cut herself on the blade because you know how sharp it is,
Yeah.
but she appears quite adept at handling it as she then holds it in one hand and balances it at the point that makes it such a well-balanced weapon because of the way you inlaid the jewel.
Good job, Jojo. Way to go, my dude.
Dingo.
Period.
She holds it up to one of the mithril veins as she moves it side to side. We at least have her sword. That's a rare find. I was led to believe she was buried with that.
And then I'll take it back and I said, yeah, so very bad people dug it up. And I was able to claim it back.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
That's true, right?
Ooh.
It is.
Oh, 30.
Go. Worried about his
She-
intelligence score over here. Rolls 30.
Yeah, I think
What's your
I'll just
charisma?
stick
Yeah.
to I'll just stick to the good thing.
Yeah.
Sam can, or Vala can have all the intelligence stuff back.
She lets out a deep sigh after looking you over. You seem like an honest one. And I
Pretty. In here.
can't much say I'd like to take the words of a mother out the hands of her son. Perhaps you'd give me a moment to make a quick copy for our archives. And I think I could let that one go.
Yeah, I mean, I really appreciate it. This is, I don't have much from her.
It seems you've got a few things. And if you're anything like her, then we're lucky to have you here. Maybe Zave is set to save Throidan this time. Not just Tersil. Well, in any case, she takes the book from your hands and moves back to the counter. You see her pull out a few loose pieces of parchment,
Peaches.
spreads them flat on the table, sort of ironing them out with her forearm before grabbing a quill and beginning to copy down the poetry that your mother has put to pen within this tome. In no time at all,
I was
she...
thinking she's gonna go photocopy. I didn't think.
I really thought she was gonna do some magic and
Yeah,
photocopy.
I didn't think about
Yeah.
the fact that she's gonna hand write this.
Yeah.
As she completes her copy, she puts the quill down, and you hear a telling clink not only from it dropping back into the inkwell, but from it falling out of her metal hand. She now comes back with the book as she places it in your hands. Take good care of this. I know I don't have to tell you that, but I feel like I should.
She's giving you the original, yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It's pretty cool.
Quick question. Just on a clarifying note.
Mm-hmm.
Baldrig was the big metal head person that we talked to, right?
Baldric. Yeah.
Oh, ooh.
Caleb.
I'm sorry. I changed it.
Dang it!
Fix it. My bad, girl.
And then
You can't blame me.
Yeah, literally, you pronounced the character name wrong 3 times today.
Yeah, I did.
And then who were the 2 Rothar members that were with the Oracle?
That was Zorthel
Which was like the
For-
captain of the guard. Or
Is he
something.
the hammer of the clan?
No, Zorthel was the caster. He's actually a tiefling.
Yeah,
Oh,
and,
Master
and what
of the
was
Arcane.
his title?
Master of the Arcane. And then the other one that was with the Oracle was Halric. Halrik.
Baldric and Halric.
And he was the hammer.
Are they
Yes.
brothers?
See, I knew one of them was. I knew one of them was the hammer.
You
Brother-
didn't answer the question. That means
Our brothers from another
That
mother.
doesn't mean yes.
Yeah,
It
I'm about to
literally
say,
means
are
I
they-
didn't answer it.
Sam, do you not have
They're
the
different.
document?
They're different races, huh?
Yeah, he has it.
Yeah,
Baldric and
I'm
Halric?
just making separate notes.
Are they both tiefling?
They would both be dwarves.
Well, no. You said one was a tiefling.
Zorthel is.
Oh,
Master
okay,
of the
sorry.
Arcane.
He's a tiefling.
So, and it seemed like Zorthel was a little bit more sympathetic to the cause, whereas Halric was not.
Zorthel didn't say much, but he definitely seemed to regard the Oracle with more respect.
Yeah,
And Halric is
and he was a
what race?
He's probably a
Dwarf.
dwarf. Yeah.
and
I,
he
lo-
and
I
he,
love your nose.
Yeah, I called him Magic Man and Hammer Time.
It's the easiest way to remember this stuff.
It's okay. I have a note down here that's literally Torvald burnt stew from Ridge, and I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, that's the blacksmith from
Burnt
Raleigh.
stew?
Yeah.
Yeah, Burnt Stew is where I almost died on a mountain.
IRL.
Yeah. So, and we don't really know where Baldric stands. We right as far as Benara versus Imsford.
He stands.
Yeah, you're not really sure.
Okay.
I don't think you've been given any information, but make an insight check while you're thinking on it, Valor.
What is my insight? Oh, okay. 21.
He certainly did not seem too keen on letting you through, even when he was visited by Luciana on behalf of the Oracle. So you might
Okay.
guess
That he's against.
that he's against. You're not 100% sure, but you might guess.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of have the names for everyone in the clan
Rothar?
now, right? So we have the Forge Master, who's Durant,
Mm-hmm.
the
Mhm.
Gatekeeper, who's Baldric,
Mm-hmm.
the Archive Keeper, who's Breda,
Mm-hmm.
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 Master of the Arcane is
Master of the
Zorthel.
Arcane is Zorthel.
The hammer of the clan is Halric.
Yep.
Actually, the opposite.
We're missing the Arbiter of the Heart, the Voice of Commerce, the Mistress of Mithril, which is me, let's be honest, and the Diplomat.
Play.
Yeah. So you're missing some, but
1, 2.
Wait, who was the last one that you named, Caleb?
Hammer
Diplomat.
of the Clan.
Halric. Oh, okay.
oh, sorry.
We don't know the Diplomat.
No.
Yeah, we haven't met
No.
those people yet.
Okay.
And do we know the title of the person that we're supposed to meet in the town square?
You only know their name,
Okay.
Silria.
You cool with this?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would ask Vreda, since she was so nice and kind. Vreda, can you tell us like who the other people of Valthar are?
Aye.
Rothar.
Well, she rattles off the names that you already know, but then
Right.
she begins to explain also. Our only elven member is Valerian. Valyron.
Mhm.
Vaeliron. He's our diplomat. He's often outside the city, but he's here now. And there's also Silria. She's the Arbiter of the Hearth. The only human in our ranks, actually. She's quite young to have attained the title, but she's really knit herself into the community.
Oh,
Human. Wait, what's her name?
I got it.
You got it.
Well, what is?
Silria, that's the one.
Oh, the that of the
Yes,
human. Oh, okay.
yeah.
It's Arbiter of the Heart or Hearth?
Hearth.
Oh, period.
And then
And you're missing. There's Durgrin, the voice of commerce. You might find him in town at some
Nurgle?
point.
Durgrin.
Durgrin.
Mhm.
Durgrin. And what race is he?
He's a dwarf, like me. A bit bigger. You'd know him when you saw him.
The giant dwarf.
He's definitely the voice of commerce. And there's Nalthra. She's the mistress of Mithril. She's probably, if I had to guess, somewhere in the Pale Holes right now.
What is the voice of Mithril?
Mistress?
Or the mistress?
Well, she just manages the input and export of mithril.
Is that not part of the commerce?
Not necessarily.
So big is his own thing.
Well, she mostly makes sure that it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. It gets where it needs to go.
Gotcha.
It is so important that we do dedicate her expertise to it.
And her name is Nathra?
Nalthra.
N-A-L?
T-H-R-A. Yeah.
Okay.
And would you happen to know,
So close.
would you happen to know, do we... I know that there's some contention as to who might be okay with the Oracle's presence here in your town versus those who might not. Do you know which one of them kind of falls on that line?
That's a pretty good idea. Well, I'm certainly for Banara, as I mentioned before to your friend. I think the only ones that might stand against my opinion are really the Halric, Durgrin, Baldric, and Valeron. Not really sure where the High Forge Master Durant stands as of now. They did allow for the Oracle to come, but I haven't heard from them in getting close to a week now. Quite worrisome.
She usually say they're gone that long?
Sometimes, yes. But in matters like these, times like these, I'd imagine she'd make herself available.
And do y'all meet every so often? Or
Once a
only-
week in times of peace. But in times like these, we've been drawn together pretty often.
I'm going to let you know that while some of y'all are for Banara, that, and I don't remember if we told you this or not, but there's a bigger threat than just outsiders coming here, growing outside.
Something I don't already know?
Are you familiar with the dwarf from the settlement to the west?
Hrafheim.
Yeah.
I am familiar.
What's his name? Anybody?
I don't know who you're talking
The
about.
dwarf that we met?
Baldric.
No, the dwarf that we met
the
in-
cleric.
The cleric that was
To
guarding the house.
Hydrus.
Oh,
Hydrus.
The dwarven settlement to the west.
Yeah.
I thought
yeah.
you said east.
No.
It's Raleigh is what you're
Raleigh.
Yeah. Are you
That's-
familiar with Trodron?
Tidris.
Tidris. Thralland is a different
Yeah,
campaign.
sorry. Are you
Tidris.
familiar with Tidris from
Yeah.
Raleigh?
I've not seen Tidris a long time.
You know his story, right?
I do.
He had a vision of a great evil.
And I know he went to Raleigh to see it through.
Yeah.
Left his title behind and all.
And that's a lot to give up, right? He was basically one of y'all on the council.
It is.
And he was compelled to do so, and his vision came true. Although not like he saw it. There is a great evil befalling
The squeak.
every the
Come
land.
here.
And the Oracle knows about it.
Brett.
And I think y'all should know about it as well.
You should know this.
And
too.
then I'll minor illusion like what the dragon looks like, and then like the swirling. I'll minor illusion my hand like it's 5 foot, huh? Then I'll
Well,
do it like in front
yeah.
of me, and I'll minor illusion what it looks like with the swirling, weapons flying around it and stuff. And I'll say, imagine this about 60, 70 foot tall
But like dragon size.
dragon, big dragon.
And that's fighting with Imsford.
No.
Yes.
Fighting on their side, I mean.
Yes. Not fighting them.
Yes, you
Yeah.
could think of it as it's manipulating Imsford
Yes.
to fight on its behalf.
Well, you're certainly right. I don't know everything. Am I safe in assuming that that's what's headed to Banara?
So it's
That-
headed everywhere.
That is why. that is why the Oracle fled.
Everything.
Even if
like
she
that
doesn't
does.
know it.
And if she's here, then it's coming too.
And that is why.
Well, she's listen. Hey,
Yeah,
hey.
You can see
Hey.
like she's already
Yeah.
turning around,
Yeah.
looking at all the books. Like, how am I going to save
No, and no,
these?
and I'm like, oh, hey.
It doesn't bring
It's-
fire if that makes you feel any better.
Its first stop
No,
is
it
the
brings
Oracle.
something way worse.
But rest assured, it is planning to take over everything. It comes from a realm where it's already done so, and it seeks to conquer other lands.
Well, I guess the only question I have is, why are you wasting your time telling the librarian?
Well,
Because we need your help,
Right.
And you're on the council.
You're on that count.
That's
You're on the.
we were talking to the
council.
librarian. I thought we were talking to the woman in the square.
No.
No,
No.
we haven't got there yet.
no,
Sorry.
no.
We're-
No, this is the fish episode all over again.
Yeah, I'm trying to win her over.
Only
before
we're
we-
selling the fish this time.
Where did you sneak to?
Just to listen to
Like
the
It's a
other
big
side of the
library.
It's
He
a
just
big
snuck
library.
back to the front where the
Yeah,
where she was.
Luciana
yeah.
was talking to her after I kind of said like, "Hey, she might know something,"
Okay.
and she went to go suss it out, and
Okay.
and then I walked up, and then we started talking.
Go get one of you.
And then,
And
he,
what-
and
and
then
what
he
I'm-
stopped
hey.
sneaking, and now we're all here.
Yeah, and what I'm trying to do, is garner like support for us on the council as we go around.
Got it.
Even
You know
though
what
we're
I'm saying?
pretty
Even if they're
sure
already on our side.
she's already
Yeah.
on our side. Yeah.
I need to let them know why.
I feel like
We don't
Sorry.
want him to flip
the
flop
guy
back to the other
from-
side.
I think you should leave.
Yeah,
What the hell do you mean?
yeah,
That's how I feel
Phaedra,
right now.
we just want you to know
I'm
what's
so
coming,
sorry.
and like we don't want you to be caught off guard.
Well, I appreciate the warning. I've got a lot of work to do.
I guess
I'm gonna need to pick all this stuff up and get it ready to ship out. If
Oh.
if we're
Can I
gonna
just put,
salvage
like,
any of
a
this,
Where are you gonna go?
Protection bubble around you?
I haven't gotten that far yet.
Wait,
I'm sure everyone else might
Make
have an
a
opinion
little
on that, but
hut.
this is my purview.
yeah,
So we also need to fight it, not just
Run.
run, because it's a dragon.
Do I look like a fighter to you?
No, but you stand.
This
on,
injury is from the mines.
no. But
Stuck
you,
my
No.
hand somewhere it didn't go.
but you
You-
stand on the council, and we just would need to make sure that everyone on the council or everyone of the Rothar understands the severity of the situation and will vote accordingly.
Aye, I'll
not to
convey
mention-
I'll convey that information as much as I can. But
not to mention that probably somewhere in this library might hold some type of advantage. There's information to be had here.
I'll start poring over the old text and see what I can find.
Dude, I'll pull Val off the side. Hey Val, this is really your room. Do you want to tell her about where this thing's from and the other room?
Oh yeah. Remember how I said it's from another realm? That was a way because I've recently been telling people the truth and it kind of like freaks them out a little bit. They're from an alternate dimension. So just like ours, only in a world where this thing ruled.
Oh my!
Yes.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
the books there need saving too.
Oh, they probably were never made because. So this thing existed in our world very long time ago as a man, as an elf.
I'll stop you right there.
It died in our world, but in that world it lived and won and is ruling.
I'll stop you right there. I've just got too much that I need to work on now.
Gotcha.
I'll handle what I can here. As I load things up, I'll make sure to look through what I can and see if there's any other gleanings I can give you.
So the point that I'm bringing up that thing is an alternate version of something that died here a very long time ago. That thing's name is Dakarin. If you find anything surrounding Dakarin or the giants or
Dakarin of the
Umbric
Mist.
runes or Mistkeep or the Mist,
Mistkeep, I know
Those-
there's a great history there.
Or the
Those
Wrath
might be
and
very
Val-
useful.
And Zealous.
And Zealous,
yes,
yeah.
yes, yeah.
All those things are connected to this.
All right.
And while that thing
You see her
doesn't,
grab the other
Yeah,
loose
yeah,
parchment that she didn't
yeah,
use and she
yeah.
scribbles
I'm
some
like,
of the
I'm
notes.
like, all right, we got it. We're good.
and while that thing doesn't come from our world, learning about the one that is of our world might help us fight that one.
If I'm doing you this favor, perhaps you can do one for me then.
Sure.
If that thing is truly headed here, then there's no doubt that Rolthar will choose to side with Banara. I think it might be best for you to go on ahead to the court hearth, find Silria.
Mm-hmm.
She's a human there,
Mhm.
a member of Rothar. She'll be able to start making preparations for the citizens to leave.
Gotcha. I don't know if y'all leave.
Well, the citizens might.
This might be the best place to hold up.
We're heavily fortified, but
Right.
there's not a whole lot we can do against something like that. And probably not something we can do against the forces of two countries, one that we've been supplying in war for centuries.
Tough call there.
You wouldn't happen to know of any other dragons in the area, would you?
Other dragons.
You visibly see Drazan just.
No, personally, no.
The old verbiage, fight fire with fire. I just figured, but anyway.
No, actually, you fight fire with cold.
That sounds a lot more reasonable based on the tomes I've read. All right,
And fairy
sounds
with
like
dark.
sounds like there's no time to waste. You all do what you need to do. Let me
Yeah,
know if you
fine.
need anything else, but you'll know where to find me. I'll be
Okay.
here.
Drazan has a weird question. Do you happen to have like a painting or a picture of Haldrick?
Haldrick,
Halric.
The hammer time.
Sorry.
you already met him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, which one?
He was one of the ones with the oracle. So there was the.
Are you looking for Baldrick?
Durant. Sorry,
Dur-
my bad.
Durant,
The one that's
yeah.
in
The Forge
mines.
Master.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Let me get that for you real quick. You see her run off as fast as her little dwarf legs can carry her. She's fairly stout, but physically thin for a dwarf. You certainly have not seen many like her. As she makes the a sudden stop, she almost kind of skids and falls over, grabs the side of the bookshelf to hold her upright, and rushes down. When she rushes back, she's holding the book in her hand, and you see her let go and hold it in her real hand as she kind of waves her metal one. Sorry, sometimes it gets me. She holds it out to you.
And I'll grab it, and I'll start studying.
Page 32, if my memory serves.
Okay. I'll open it.
It was 33
and
actually.
I'll start studying it. Yeah, it's actually on the back of page 32. And I'll, this is a very good painting. Now, is there any other descriptions you could give me that may, like if they change their hair since this has been dyed, create?
No, Durant doesn't think much of that, really. She's mostly just focused on crafting. You see in the image, a surprisingly slender Goliath woman with neatly braided black hair streaked with silver. Her face bears soot-stained creases from a lifelong smithing practice. Her piercing gray eyes reflect the forge's fire, and she has loose-fitting clothes that mask what you can see just where the portrait kind of cuts off. Some rather corded, muscly arms.
Mhm. Did you get that?
I did.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't want to duplicate.
That's mostly for you to know, but
Yeah, no, that's fine.
you know what they look like.
Wonderful. To have somebody in one of the highest seats of power that is the master of the arcane, if you will, and they haven't thought to do this yet, is wild. And you'll see Drazad pluck a copper wire out of his belt. He'll. Which direction are the mines? It doesn't really matter. And I'll just kind of point downward, and I'll cast Sending to Durant.
Okay. Sending works through as long as they're on the same plane, correct?
Yes.
It even works across planes. It just has a chance to.
You
Okay.
get the
Failing,
doo doo doo. I'm sorry.
This number has been
Yeah.
disconnected.
I think it's like a 5% chance if
This-
they're across the planes.
This person is no longer in your plane of existence.
This person has died.
If you would like to continue this call, please accept this collect call. It's Caranthus. Caranthus connects. He's got the board. He's got the board between planes.
Okay.
That's really funny.
I would say, hello, this is Drazad. I am here with Vreda. Checking in on you. Are you safe? Yeah.
What you hear back in a weird way is not Durant's voice, but the sound of loud metal clamoring and clattering as she appears to be maybe working on something or some great calamity is befalling her. You're not really sure.
Well,
And
that narrows it down.
Okay,
She's
gang.
either safe or really
Right.
not safe.
Okay, so gang.
So same knowledge we had
Right.
before.
Yeah.
So the person they're on, they seem to be alive. Whether
Maybe.
that is perfectly healthy or near death, not sure. But their consciousness is on this plane of existence, at least.
Do we know that for sure?
I
I don't
Like
think you would know that from sending.
99%. Sure.
It
well,
didn't fail, so we know it's likely
All right, let's go
to the
talk
town
to
square.
some council people.
Okay. So where are you guys headed?
To the town, the Heart Square.
Got it.
And we're actually going there this time.
To find
Silria.
Silria.
Sylvie.
Luciana
Sylvie's different.
once again leads the way, but as you exit the archives of Gonladir, you see that the sunlight has faded. What was the last rays of pink?
Where's the sunlight
Sunset.
coming in? I thought we were like, oh, the
You're
wall.
you're on the surface. The
Okay,
wall is very
okay,
tall.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Sound like me right now.
No. I thought when we went through the door, I thought it
We
was
were like in a metal
went
dome.
No, like we were inside. Like
No,
in
you're not
like,
in the mountain. No.
Like like doors live underground. Like we're like in the city proper.
You're in the
but
surface
then-
part of the
I
city,
got
yeah.
you, yeah.
But it's dark out now, and as much as you're used to seeing the night sky and understanding that it's time for the towns to go quiet, you look out upon the city of Gonladir, much of which is at a lower elevation than you, and you see the city is alive. In particular, as Luciana guides you closer and closer, you get more or less to Gonladir's surface center, and the warmth of crackling flames and the distant rhythm of hammers mingle with the scent of molten metal and spiced bread. A red-hot flame at the courtyard's center flickers in the northern winds, casting shadows that dance across murals of ancient gods and forgotten heroes. Among the scattered figures, your gaze is drawn to a lone human woman seated by the fire, her cloak and silver scarf catching the light like molten yarn. Though she seems to be a bit lost in thought, her presence hums with a quiet authority, as if the hearth of Gonladir itself acknowledges her as its keeper. She turns to eye the five of you. Luciana, it's good to see you again. As Luciana kind of catches her breath, she's been making a quick pace. This is Silria. Silria, these are friends of ours from outside Gonladir. They're here to help. Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'm afraid a lot of the clan is not taking this as seriously as I am. I might chalk that up to their well-lived experience. Perhaps I am not seeing this in the right light, but I know much of the community is worried about what's to come as well.
As they should be.
Yeah.
A quick weird question. Would we have passed near the entrance of the mine to get here?
You would not have.
Okay. We can continue.
If you were sent by the Oracle, then I should probably tell you I let her know that I think something's amiss.
Yeah. So
About that.
about that, yeah, something is amiss, and I would kind of like recount the same story that we just had with
Vreda.
Tell her about we came from the west, we came from the White Halls, we came, the dwarf and his stuff, and show her the dragon.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And do you tell her about your experiences getting into the city and stuff?
About the people that waylaid us getting in.
Yeah. I don't know
Yeah,
if you
I'm
mentioned
gonna
that.
recount everything from when we got out of the mine, and to like right now, real quick, just to bring her up to speed.
Gotcha.
Yeah. while also like, and then as I finish, and I do it like in a way like I'm spinning a tale, singing a song type of thing.
You see, it's those kinds of occurrences that trouble me.
Yes.
Our security is tight. Baldric, for all his flaws, sees to that. But I think there's a lot more that's been getting into the city lately that has not been accounted for.
And who would oversee that?
What do you continue?
Well, obviously that would fall into Baldric's purview, but I don't think he's been at that post for years. I don't think he would shirk his duties in the waning light of his life.
I don't think
He's dying?
Well, he's getting up there in years.
I don't think he shirked his duty as much as like he's very hard to gain the entrance, but once the doors open, the rats are slipping in, right? So there needs to be a secondary check of the people that come through the gate on this side.
Well, I mean, arguably even beyond that, they have literally someone in the Rothar that is the voice of commerce. I mean, arguably he could be just smuggling items in without the gatekeeper's knowledge.
You have a stout mind. That
Thank
was where my thoughts were headed as well. Durgrin is our voice of commerce. He's at the position for some time, but I think the recent situation, the stress upon the community, I think it's emboldened him and made him see opportunities that weren't present before. In particular, being so in touch with the community, I've seen a number of them succumb to certain vices that I know are not available within the city normally.
And what would those be?
To Alva,
What the hell is that?
a powerful hallucinogenic drug.
Say what?
And where? And
It's
where-
shrooms, Barrett.
Yeah.
And do you know where those originate from?
Hey, come here.
I'm not entirely sure where that comes from,
It's okay.
but I do know it's not here. It's pretty widely known in areas that are not well funded, well provided for. I never would have thought it would take a foothold here.
Could you get us passage into the mines?
I couldn't personally know. That's up to the individual.
What individual?
Well,
Oh, like
You.
us?
you either need to be escorted by someone that has permission to go into the mines, or you need to earn the right yourself.
How do you earn your right?
The Argent Crucible, the open air forge near the entryway to the mines, smiths gather there, and mostly in the light of day, to craft whatever they can, whatever they're most comfortable with, to perfection. Once it's crafted, the metal is put to the test, and if it passes the test, they are granted entry. I hold no talent for that.
Seems like Drazad, you might be our key in.
Seems like there is something Drazad wants to add to his to-do list.
I don't know. I think we should put it up to a vote if it should be added to your to-do list.
You got so much stuff to do.
You leave me alone.
So would Nauthra not be able to get us in?
Nalthra,
Come here.
I suppose, could get you in, but they're hard to get a hold of.
Oh, do you know where they are?
They're either in the mines, just shy, in the surface level, or the first level of the mines, or somewhere else in the city, pertaining to their craft.
How far would that first level of the mines be from the outside?
I don't know. I've never been.
Okay.
Do you have a picture of Nelton?
I have one right here in my back pocket.
She runs to grab another book.
So she would either be there, or where was the other place?
Somewhere else within the city, pertaining to her craft. She oversees the mithril distribution, which is either being exported but in times like these, I think mostly it's just being mined and crafted for the city's use.
Oh, the mithril?
No, that was all my questions that I had for her. That's why I'm looking.
Do you think you're gonna encounter resistance from the rest of the Council of Rolthar?
Well, we have already. Many of
but
them
even like
are
telling them like
in staunch support of Imsford. And I think some of them have well-founded beliefs. But others are more in... I think they remember the money that used to flow from that country.
Yeah, so even telling them that Imsford is currently being led by an undead multiversal dragon who is seeking to destroy the world.
I'm sorry, what?
yeah.
Same reaction as
and this time I do the minor illusion of the dragon, but this time there's a little odd fighting it.
Rest assured, the fight did not go that way.
This is how I remember it. All right.
I am assured, but I will not rest. Probably for a couple of days now.
Yes. This dragon is from another universe parallel to ours. Concept's a little weird. Only point of me bringing that up is to say that where it's from, it rules everything, is tired of that, and is seeking to rule now our place.
I see.
So it's done it once before.
And it's coming here?
Everywhere. I think eventually. Yeah, sure.
Repeat same conversation over and over again. I don't want to have to RP the exact same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me.
Me?
No, it's going to be Valoth this time. He's
Damn.
been doing all the talking.
Damn it.
You provided the illusion.
I did the illusion and I told the story, but that's okay. Let him roll something. He's not good at it.
If I heroic, do I have to take the new roll? Or is it? Or,
I think
Or is
so.
it like
I think
so.
Is it preempt?
I don't know. Click on it and
Oh,
see.
I'll Google it.
You don't have to Google it. You click on it to tell you.
What does the second DM say?
I think you take
You
the new
must
one.
use the new roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will take a chat roll because.
Yeah, we got a bunch of 10s. Or
Well, I'm gonna take a plus because
Yeah.
I got a pretty good roll. 21.
Okay. She begins to nod and... Okay. I have some preparations to make if we're going to make sure the city is prepared for this. I'm not sure what Rolthar will decide to do together. But at the very least, we'll be ready if it comes here, when we still are, or we'll be ready to leave.
I think maybe down in the mines might be the best place to go. Because
Perhaps.
you make a choke point that you can defend.
And we need to
And it's a
see-
big dragon. I'm assuming the
And an
adjacent
army
mines
of
are
thralls.
relatively small.
Yeah.
The dragon may not be able to fit in the mine.
I
That's
just-
a good point.
I worry the mines might not be as safe as you all think.
Why?
Well, they're probably safer than the dragon that breathes obsidian weapons.
Absolutely. But the most venomous snake in the world and the second most is only going to...
So there's another undead multiversal dragon in the mines?
Maybe we can get that one to fight this one.
It's not necessarily another dragon within the mines, but I do fear there may be something down there.
Ooh, speaking of that, do you know of any dragons in the area?
I don't.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Why do you keep asking people that question?
Because if we can appeal to their side as well, having another dragon fight with that one would be very helpful.
You... Okay.
We've already got one that's on our side, the young green dragon.
Right. I think that was a fluke of the universe.
Why can't we make friends with more dragons? Of the 3 dragons I've met,
Dragons
only one of them
exist.
wants to kill me right now.
In here.
One is indifferent, and the other one I would consider a friend.
I am... Drazad, I am assuming you are talking about Drazad, although he wishes to be a dragon.
No.
Do you?
I'm talking about Caranton, the young green dragon,
Oh,
and
right.
Dekaran.
Well, he's more of like an entity than a dragon,
Well,
necessarily.
no, he's very much a dragon.
Oh,
I've seen him.
Okay. Are you sure? Because I thought Paraxis was a dragon for the longest time. It turns out he is not.
He's a dragon.
Oh. Okay.
Do you think we need to talk to any more of the council, or do you like?
Crits.
I kind of feel like we need
Get
to
in
go
here.
find the Forge Master.
I think that might be best. It would certainly tick 2 of my concerns off the list. It would help me to, it would help put my mind at ease if we knew that the underground was safe enough for us to take refuge if we had to.
Yeah.
And if we could make sure Durant was safe enough to
Assist.
weigh in
Yeah.
the decision.
Do you know of any of your fellow council members that have mind-reading magics?
Well, I'm sure Zorthel would be capable of something like that, but I don't know for sure.
Well, this can help if you give this to him.
Ooh.
Yes,
Is it a copper wire?
No,
Thought strand.
it's a thought strand. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
If you would give this to him, it is basically the conversation we just had, only the real events as seen by me. So you will see how he will see how that battle actually went.
It went just like this.
I see.
Did not.
Well, I'll make sure to
smiting
hang
the
on to
dragon.
this then.
Yeah, and if any other ones can, and he might be able to translate that to them somehow. But yeah,
I've gotten carried away, and I have the dragon by the tail, and I'm spinning it in the air.
And according to thoughts and code thoughts, I believe it's there until for 8 hours or until I cast it again. So it has that for 8 hours.
Okay. She hangs on to it and she kind of looks at the five of you. Is there anything else that I can do for you? That you need from me?
You don't know about any dragons?
It appears you're doing the city a great service, and I've only just met you. So I do appreciate it.
If Alec goes through his checklist, you don't know about any dragons. You don't know how far the entrance of the mine is
Know
from the
about
outside.
Pangea.
Yeah.
Have you committed any crimes, felonies, or
Well,
murders?
and Val, make an insight check for me.
I would also ask, what is there like a certain time that they go to the forge and do this test, or can
The
I?
forges are open at dawn.
Yeah, she said it in the
Great.
light.
You can go at night, but the fires tend to roar brighter during the day. That'll give you your best chance.
It'd be more impressive if you did it at night. Anyway, 11 on my insight.
I think time's of the essence.
With your insight, you at least pick up the fact that, like your other Rolthar friend told you, this human woman is quite young,
I'm
even
assuming-
for a human.
I'm assuming she now holds a position that Tydra's held. That's Val's assumption.
She, yeah, maybe, but she definitely holds a. She's new to her position, and she also has a very unique perspective compared to a lot of other people. And
Thank you.
thank you, Alexandre, for the 8s. That's going to be really helpful. Appreciate you, man. Good to see you. Red Venable, good to see you too, man.
Yeah.
Tabletop Beard. There's so many friends in the chat right now.
Yeah, every
Darth
time.
Melkor, good to see all you guys.
I think it was
Give
Graham
everyone
that
a shout
actually
out.
That was
What? We
Graham that
just
rolled
got-
it. It didn't
Oh, it didn't
roll, so
update?
I had to do it.
It's doing
We
the thing.
also got an item.
Yeah, I wonder.
Whoa!
Do you notice that it's always around like between 8 and 8:30?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I have to.
next,
It
so-
cuts off after like an hour. It's a thing I have to.
I know
yeah.
how to do it. Okay, my magic item. Sorry, we're like totally derailing everything.
No, you're fine.
Uncommon. Boom.
Yep.
What did we get?
Storm.
Storm Boomerang.
We got one.
And that
of
was
those
from
there.
Tabletop Beard. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Tabletop Beard.
Ah.
You guys already gave us some fantastic smelling beard oil, but
Didn't we
we'll
get
take
one of
the
those
Storm
already?
Boomerang too.
This was.
As the conversation winds to a close, Odd, your box begins to chime, and as it unfolds, instead of unfolding into a rectangular shape, it actually folds into a right angle.
That's funny.
And as the box opens on a single hinge at the back point, you see a sort of rounded black boomerang within that has jagged edges.
Ooh.
Didn't we get an item last too?
We
The
did.
mirror.
You did.
Mirror
He's got it.
template,
It's a
that's right,
spectacle.
that's right. Oh, that.
Eyes
the
of
eye
minute seeing.
minute
Gives him
seeing.
advantage on. What are you good at?
I don't know.
Investigation.
Investigation. Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't use that the last time I rolled investigation. I have a plus 13, so
You gotta remember.
I do.
But yeah, after conversing with you, she begins to make her way back away from the hearth. Not quite as aimless as she was moments ago before having met you. She seems to be driven by purpose now, knowing that doom could be on the horizon. What would you all like to do?
I would like to get the name of that item that I have that I totally remembered one more time.
The Eyes of Minute Seeing? Is that
Eyes
what
of
it is?
Minute Seeing.
It's in the dice roll and items thing. In the graph under your character.
Thanks, chat, for being so generous the last few days. You guys are so sweet to us.
Cool as hell.
I'm gonna.
I know that is really cool. I looked it up a second ago. Oh, let me update you guys on chat rules too.
Yeah, it's not one we see very often. I don't think it's a base uncommon item, but I pulled from just about everything I could find on
It's on
D&D
the
Beyond.
D&D Wikidot.
Yeah.
It's very cool as I like start the fight because it's like when it hits, it
Yeah,
does
the stun.
all kind of cool things. Then it's just dead.
Okay, well, do we think it worth Drazad taking exhaustion and staying up all night and going craft? Time is of the essence.
How long are we gonna wait?
Yeah, time is of the essence, but if you fail,
Yeah.
it doesn't
How long are
matter.
we gonna wait?
Drazad will not fail.
You all would be approaching 24 hours.
Thought you
Oh,
went to
really?
crafting the
Okay.
Diplomat.
You're maybe
We gotta.
Well, we
go.
were traveling here, right?
Yeah,
with the
you-
big group.
Well, then just
you-
do it in the
So we
traveled
got
on a
here.
bit-
Yeah.
yeah. So
Okay.
we'll say you're at about 20 hours. If you reach 24, it'll be exhaustion.
Yeah. So we need to sleep.
Yes.
What are you trying to craft?
So
Anything.
Sylvia.
Mm-hmm.
I will
Where,
consider that.
Silria.
Sylvia.
Yeah.
What are you crafting?
Where can we find where can we find somewhere to sleep for the night?
Not
Is there an inn around here?
Yeah, there's a few in the area, especially in the Court Hearth district. Shouldn't be hard to find.
Okay. We appreciate all your help, and we're just trying to make sure that everybody doesn't die. So we appreciate your help and all that.
That's a noble cause.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I am part of everyone, and I would like not to die.
Yeah.
And you all are left alone to ponder your thoughts. And since it seems like you guys have a lot to think about, I'm going to give us a second, and we're going to go on a quick break here for about 10 minutes.
Heck
We'll
yeah.
be back in just a
Yay.
moment. I just want to say thanks one more time to our very lovely chat that's been very generous tonight. Don't go nowhere. When we come back, we will have all kinds of fun surprises for you. Bye.
Bye, chat.
Oh, terribly sorry. I didn't know anyone would be here while the stream was running. Give me a moment to tidy up. It's much better. Well, while you're here, we might as well take a moment to thank all of our members for supporting the channel and bringing this stream to life. A huge thanks to Tides of Mo, Brett Venable, Tabletop Beard, Grim Reaper, Atmos Seeker, Justinian of Darkport, Angel Jobert, XIVM, Corey of Darkport, Angel of Darkport, Drazadi, Anthony Pace, Memebot 69000, Dutin 103, Vivian June, Zebek Longfang, Lil Tired, Charlie Gardner, Moon Goose McQueen, Dravian, Defiant Chaos, Iron Joker, Killer Kitty, Richter Phallus, Christopher Denault, John Shearer, Tiago Livas, JJ, Jason Miller, Popple E. Cooper Support, Joshua Kanapke, Adam, Ambitious Aiden, KLTZ Midnight, Cryptic Tortuga, L. McKinsey, Craig Mattinson, Master B. Rad, I Don't Know Any More TV, Duncan Massey, Polo Enrique Ottaviano, Big Dog, Wayne Brack, Lions, Pseudo Noob, Oscar, Oncoming Traffic, Kevin Cow, Dawn Ruby, Oro, Nathan McIntyre, Jesse's Brick Galaxy, Ben Mahler, Maze, Jen Gibbs, Zama Drip, Evanaristo Gabe, Taylor Waterman, Tom W, Dom, Jackson Herod, Juggler John, Razkaku 46, Jace, Bloodouts, Nick Dyson, Temptin Thunder, Dami Cowie, Leah the Skyran, J. O'Hare, Ragnarok CZD, Adam, Nicolon Oxendeep, Churga Illusions, Tygo Silva, Francisco Fernandez, Sir Undying, Shining Ducky, Garful, Frog Commander, Boomstick, Crow, Witcherall, Almighty Zeus, Liminal Entity, Fung, Salmonella, Blueberry, Dark Jam, Jason Harding, Leroy Jenkins, David Cron, HD Siles, It's Vamp Darling, I Like Succubus, Jason 96, Joe Tipton, Anthony McCall, Dave Elsiot, Ninja King 365, Jim Pitts, Justin Shaw, JJ Sasquatch, Daniel J. Colby, Corbin Dallas, Brett Kidry, Desi Voda, Fables D20, Erlis Quill, Scott Harrop, Astronauta, Damo D. Van, Ginjam, In Chuck, Patrica Liades, John Washburn, Devin Beard, Big Bino, Canadian Crits, Havoc, Very Motivated, Dwayne Sherwin, Havoc, Sunday Boy, Minuteman Homestead, Gary Flagler, Dwight White, Toby Rogers, Cordell, Jerome Grant, NJC, Kyrie Williams, Tyler Dan, Mike Gayer, Wumfubble, Super Thorko, Joshua Hammond, Chris Perkins, Chaos Hole, Vugera, The One with the Gun, Darth Melko, Eberlitz, Jason Rapper, Alton Berkowitz Gosselin, Dracula Tapish, Luso American, Alexandre Henriquez, Lamplight, Scott Patterson, DM Greg, Kenneth WNS, Blackma Black, Big Head Bro, Cabbage, and Ghostman. You know, members get tons of unique benefits as well, like these weekly shoutouts and emojis that they can use in the stream chat, and a heaping helping of chaos points that can be used to, well, perhaps it's better to show you.
The most exciting feature for our live streams has come to YouTube. You can now roll dice live to help us in our adventures by using chaos that's built up by watching and interacting with the stream. All you need to do is keep an eye out for earning instructions that appear on our stream, and then spend those points by typing in the commands that correspond to the dice you'd like to roll. This feature is always available, no matter what campaign we're playing in, so be sure to hop in and help out our players because, well, they're gonna need it.
Thank you, you're all too kind, and the drinks are on me tonight! Ha 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 ha! Oh, you must not have enabled gifted memberships! Let me show you how. Ha 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 ha! What you'll want to do is make your way over to our channel page and then add /allow_gifts. From there, you can turn on the toggle for free stuff and join in the chaos. Ha 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 ha! Now for my next tune, a little ditty about a dead necromancer named Pinky.
Hello, Drizad here. Oh my god, you have got to come check out all of our wares. We have so many different things. Help support the stream and get yourself some new magic items as well over at the Constructed Chaos store.
Greetings to all my bearded brothers out there. I'm Alex, also known as Constructed Chaos on YouTube, and I'm here today to tell you a little bit about my friends over at Tabletop Beard. This family-owned beard oil company is run by three brothers that have combined two great loves of mine: tabletop RPGs and beard care. And it makes a lot of sense because, as I'm sure many of you know, growing and maintaining a healthy beard can be an adventure all its own. I started my quest back before I was even on YouTube, and I guess you could say I was stuck at level 1 for a while, constantly itching my way through life with a wild and unkempt beard and just trusting hairspray and regular shampoo to get the job done. Believe me, I was rolling nat 1s on just about every charisma check I made at that point. But eventually I started trying various beard care products like oils, butters, and balms, and I found some that worked well enough, but none of them really tied into my backstory. Not to mention my wife was constantly complaining about the smell. Then I was put on to the products from Tabletop Beard, and let me tell you, it was a match made in heaven. Or hell, depending on what kind of flavor you prefer. These guys use a premium oil blend of meadow foam seed, rosehip, golden jojoba, argan, avocado, and sunflower oils to create the most high quality product that contains no cheap filler or artificial oils that you typically want to steer clear of. And each scent has been expertly crafted and matched to a familiar TTRPG style, so you know exactly the kinds of vibes you're putting out without the scents being too mundane or too overpowering. To top it off, all their products, oils, butters, and balms are made in small batches, so the quality control is top-notch, and so is the customer service. They're always looking for new ways to meet and exceed customer needs, and I've even heard that they have some new ideas cooking up behind the scenes. So consider this your session 0 and take some time to check out Tabletop Beard today. Truly, they're the only starting equipment that you need for your own successful beard care journey. Bear Dritz here, letting you in on a little-known ranger secret that'll keep you satiated in the wild, even when you have no rations left. Ew, not that. I'm talking about subscribing to the channel and hitting that bell icon. It's easy to miss the signs of a stream going live if you're not prepared. So make sure to do that and... What was that? Hold it right there, adventurer. We're looking for some deviants that refuse to like this video while they're still watching. You wouldn't happen to know anything about this heinous crime, would you? Well then, as you were, but stay out of trouble.
In a world of darkness exists Geramentum, a beacon of hope in the realm of Terra. Our heroes, all with unique pasts, live here and are connected by a common destiny to protect the dream. Welcome to Darkeport, an actual play production company. Our inaugural dark fantasy D&D campaign, Gold, Green, and Red, is inspired by the lived experience of War Medic and GM Angel Gamble. Subscribe to us now on YouTube. Live episodes stream every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central.
It appeared out of thin air when they found it, as if by the will of the plains themselves. A curious and mysterious bauble that has turned up time and time again throughout the ages. Some have studied it all their lives, hoping to unravel its uniquely fascinating magical properties. Many more have used its power for their own, though all falling victim to fate in the end. Now, it calls to you. By chance, by destiny, by desire, it matters not. It calls to you, and it calls to be cast from your palm, so that it might deliver unto you the unknown wonders held within.
How much longer are they going to... excuse me. Are they still not back? Wait there just a moment. I'll fetch them for you. The little chaos gremlins. You have people waiting, you know!
Welcome back, everyone. And welcome back especially to Brett Venable, who gifted 10 memberships on our break. Thank you so much, friend. It's good to have you in the chat. No. 2 back-to-back nights in a row. And it's good to see so many good friends joining us for yet another session of Legacy of the Ashen. We are back now with our 4 adventurers, joined by Luciana, as you all have...
2 pups.
And 2 pups.
My blanket.
As you all search for an inn within...
Well, I think first we're going to look for Howrick.
Okay.
We discussed over the break.
Yeah.
I see.
So we would ask... I would ask Luciana if she knows like where he might be, because she's been here a little bit longer and could guide us to kind of where he might be. If there's like a barracks or
and
something.
Hallrick is the one you all met before.
Yeah.
The
The hammer, right?
Yeah, as she would understand, he would be with the Oracle in the place where you met her last.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Drazad does not want to meet them together.
And Zorthel would be there too, right?
The two of them are assigned to keeping the Oracle company while the decision is weighed on whether or
Keeping
not.
tabs on the Oracle is what they're doing.
Yeah.
Keeping an eye
Because they
on
don't
her.
trust her.
Okay.
Well, then maybe we go after the old man.
Well, I think we could still go talk to Halvik. I don't see why we couldn't.
But our persuasive tactics would be limited.
Why?
I'm not casting Gaius in front of the Oracle.
Oh, you don't-
The
oh,
master of the arcane.
Not the
Not
gays.
happening.
Every time. and now Caleb's dead. Roll a death save.
Literally, I have a level of exhaustion.
Sorry, that was
I
my
don't see why
that was
not.
So good.
I mean, unless you would rather go after Durgrin or Valyrian.
Durgrin, just I hear Nerval every time.
No,
I'm down
So-
for any.
so here's the
My
thing.
only concern with Baldric is his age.
right. Well, and I don't think we'll get through to Durgrin because, again, back to the conversation we were having with Vreda. I think he's, or was that Soria? Whoever
Soria.
it was.
Yeah.
We think he may be potentially like smuggling things into the city.
Yes, but he could be the one who's unknowingly helping Armsford. He may think he's just lining his pockets.
What about the diplomat?
Which is
Diplomat.
an
The
ignorant
diplomat.
person is arguably more dangerous than someone who is knowledgeable.
Exactly, but we
I
could
think the diplomat
educate
is
him.
already on our side.
He's against.
No, yeah, Valyrian's not on our side. According to
Whatever you have over going on
Vreda.
over there, put it over here.
It's on the dice rolls. It's below
On
the
dice rolls.
the items.
Why are you taking things and not dice rolls?
Because that's where we put our. That's where we put our.
We have another Google
You guys are
Doc.
getting big behind the scenes over here.
Oh,
Google Docs for the win.
Okay. I see it.
Durgin cash money. Oh my
Yeah.
At this point, Luciana
Sorry.
chimes in. In my experience, it is often the smuggler that is causing the most problems.
Mhm. And if we could educate, I mean, you've been here for some time. Do you think he might listen to reason that if he knew that he was unknowingly being manipulated? Or do you think he's a lost cause in your experience with smugglers and being here?
I don't know this person in particular. Never met him. But from what I've heard,
Is he cream?
he's not someone you could change his mind.
Is
Although-
he cream?
Is he cream?
Cash rules everything around me.
Oh
my
my god.
I heard you say it once, and I'm like,
I didn't
I'm
know what-
not
Yeah, I didn't know what that meant
either. I thought you were making some kind of weird joke.
in character.
Are you talking about Durgrin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't we try to convince
Yeah.
Valerian?
Do you think Valyrian would be better?
I'm not sure, but it sounds like Durgrin may be causing some strife within the city. If we can't convince him, perhaps we could stop that.
Hmm.
Hedge our bets on solving two problems at
We
once.
convinced the diplomat. Couldn't he convince everyone else?
Perhaps, but I think a diplomat might be harder to convince than a man controlled by greed.
We can be quite persuasive.
That's fair. I only wanted to try.
I have ways to twist the fates.
Where can we find the diplomat?
The diplomat will probably be with the Benaran refugees, talking to some of the most well-established.
I think what's happening right now is our DM telling us exactly what to do. And
Your DM is just giving you suggestions.
I
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
and
Because
we're
you guys have been bouncing ideas
fuck
around
that.
for like
Where's the
15
diplomat?
minutes.
No, and specifically, I mean, it makes sense, right? Because, what's her name? Luciana would know the most about Durgrin, so that would kind of be her most comfortable area advising us on. So I don't think it's necessarily our DM telling us. I think it's
I
more
know.
so just that.
I would just make
So
him a
we're going
joke.
after Durgrin?
I think Valyrian.
Okay. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Lead us to the refugees.
All right. She begins
Like
to
the refugees we just came in with?
No, the Benaran ones.
Oh,
the Bedard
okay.
refugees.
The
lot
As
of
you
refugees whenever there's
continue to
dragon.
make your way through the city, you make your way. You would imagine you'd be walking back towards the gates. Like they might want to keep the refugees closer to the exterior of the city and not let them too far inward. But you instead are walking almost directly for where you know the entrance to the mines to be. And so you...
Do they ever peer into eyesight?
They do not. But
Damn.
you do eventually get to a section of the city that appears a lot older than the other structures. The grandeur that you were presented with when you entered Gonladir was towering edifices and structures made of shining mithril and vines rolling off of the edges of different structures. Here, they're simple stone huts, not unlike what you saw in Hollow Hall. And within this area, you see a caravan of tents and canvases set up. Nearby, a bunch of carts and covered wagons where a large grouping of people are gathered. Near the front, you see, let's see, an elvish man who you can only imagine is Valeron. He's tall and lithe with sharp elven features. He has golden hair that falls in precise waves to his shoulders. His pale green eyes seem to see through deception as he speaks with a couple of the refugees that ask for more resources. We've already given you everything that we can. I know you're trying to stock up in case you need to leave, but believe me, we will provide if that becomes necessary.
As he says that, I'll walk up and say perhaps it might be everybody that needs to leave.
And who might have given you such well-thought notions?
The pending doom that is a interdimensional dragon.
An undead multiversal dragon.
There it is. No, I'm done. Yeah.
This is my political economic.
Yeah.
An undead multiversal dragon. You expect me to believe such a tall tale that it would be served on the plates of children?
Valeron, right?
That is my name.
Are
you aware of my title?
Yeah, diplomat. I would hope I could appeal to reason with somebody who claims to be a diplomat.
I am certainly the diplomat, and I've been around enough foolhardy lies to know the difference between truth and what you say.
Speaking of foolhardy lies, did you ever happen to know Elwind?
Elwind was the court mage of Imsford, was he not?
Oh yes, he's dead, and he brought the multiversal dragon to this world.
I will allow both of you to make persuasion checks. I'm not just going to give that to Val.
And she's gonna roll a nat 1 on whatever she's rolling right now.
Okay.
There you are.
Hey, we found
Hey,
it.
you buy it.
Back.
You got a 28.
I got a 2.
and then they roll the 1, right?
Yeah, nat 1, whatever their classes are, but yeah.
What do you say as he appears to be like doubting Valoth, pressing his brows together in a manner that almost looks as though he might burst out into laughter at any moment?
There are many like you that have the experience that you have that have fallen and succumbed to this dragon. Don't let your people and the rest of these people fall for the same fate. And then I start yeah. Did I say you people? I mean,
You said
like,
your
yeah,
people.
You and your people. Yeah. What do you mean? No, don't
What
let-
do you mean, you people?
Yeah.
Idiots.
Pompous assholes. Yeah, that is your people. No, yeah. Don't let it cloud your judgment. And then By this time, this is the third time I'm doing it. It is basically a song that I'm saying. It is one of my tales.
You're workshopping,
This thing.
Your persuasion check is enough, but you can roll performance as well. If you'd like
and then
to
I'll
see.
also I'm gonna show them like the scene of the dragon again, and then this time everybody's fighting the dragon. Everybody falls down, but I.
Again, that is not how it went down.
It's quite the heroic performance you have there.
I got a 25.
Everything else he said is
on,
true.
on
except for that.
performance. Yeah.
Ask him a math question, though. He won't be able to answer that.
Too soon.
That was a double-edged joke. It's
Too
red
soon.
and
Yeah. I guess she can answer now.
Well, I would be remiss if I didn't at least take what you're saying under advisement. Because you're not the first person to tell me that Einsford poses a great threat. Although you are the first to tell me in this particular song and dance. One I enjoyed very much, by the way.
It's not necessarily their fault.
I take my hat off and I'm like, I'll put it on the side.
Am I to understand that Eimsford is no longer under the control of its people?
I think the army that marched on Banara is no longer under the control of its generals.
Yeah, Elwind is dead. Tilly is dead. Yeah, so I don't really know who else would be leading them except for this dragon.
Bold of you to call him by his nickname from childhood.
Oh, that's what we found in the notes of Elwind. Oh, actually, I'm like,
Oh,
these
yeah.
notes.
These notes.
As he flips
I
through,
totally forgot that might be very
Yeah.
convincing.
Don't you have them? Yeah.
I am not a parishioner of the arcane arts, but
That's an incomplete resurrection
What?
spell. But it backfired and it accidentally brought something from another dimension here.
these entries seem disturbing.
Oh, yes.
And the few interactions that I'd had with Elwyn would support that fact. He may have been distinguished as a mage, but he lacked certain people skills.
You could say that again.
If what you say is true, then perhaps I shall change my position on whether or not we are to aid Benara. But I think, at the very least, that should wait until we hear from Durant. Her wisdom is often well guided and rarely misplaced.
I think you lived up to your title well.
I know how to play the game, and I also know how to admit when I'm wrong.
I don't think this is a game anymore.
I hope that I'm not wrong. And it's always a game.
It's a dangerous game.
Yeah.
Some might say the most.
The most dangerous.
I would tell him the
Right.
aid that I think at this
That's
point
good.
there's not going to be any more borders. This isn't going to be a situation of aiding Banara. It's going to be a situation of aiding your fellow dimensional countrymen
It's survival.
in survival. So maybe it might not be providing them with supplies to leave. Maybe it might be banding together with them, using their resources and your resources to weather this storm or fight back. We're going to do everything we can.
Then the game has changed. And he turns to the Benaran refugees that he was just speaking to. I will make arrangements to fill your carts with as much food as you can carry. Food and water. Should we have to evacuate, you will need it. I will make good on the promises I made. I will not leave you to starve.
I don't know. Once again, I really don't want y'all to evacuate out into the plains, right? Like the mountains might be the stronghold that, you know.
Perhaps. But I've heard rumors on the wind that Durant has been down for so long that there may be something out of place in the mines.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
We plan to go check on Durant tomorrow. At dawn after he proves his worth in the forge.
Then I shall reconvene with the rest of the Rollfar at first light as well.
Well, if you're looking for us, we'll be at the forge.
I will know where to find you.
And Celeria should have a thought strand that should reconvey a lot of what we've said here. Zorthel might be able to encode or decode it for everyone. We'll see.
You're a fresh face around here, and yet you know so much of our ways.
No.
We're fast learners.
I gather as much. Well, it's been a pleasure. Maybe next time I see you, you can do that song and dance for me again.
Sure. I'm getting very good at it. How many more council members we got to go?
Well, we've done 3 so far,
Yeah,
so
we got
5 more.
5 more?
Or,
Yeah.
no,
I'll have it down
6
by
more?
then. I'll have it down.
So the conversation ends as he begins to make arrangements for these refugees to get the food and water that they need for any journey they might have to take, if that possibility arises. And you leave with your heads held high. After a relatively short conversation and swaying the mind of a rather open-minded diplomat.
a quick glance over the refugees. Are there any weavers like potentially posing as just like normal people in there, like people that we would know to be wear the garb?
Make.
It's the scarf.
I'll let you pick either perception or insight.
Well, it might be
DC will be different for each.
I'm gonna do insight. That's a nat 20 for a 25.
25, okay.
Wow.
As you're looking over the crowds, you do see they're all within commoners' clothes. Many of them have lots of different layers on because it helps them to carry as much as they possibly can. But a couple of them, even with those layers on, you can see every once in a while under the moonlight as they turn a flash of metal that would indicate a needle as they appear to be moving not in a way of getting things done and distributing food through the caravan. They seem to be walking under the guise of that, but they are casting eyes throughout the city, it appears, or at least throughout this area. It would definitely indicate that there's at least a few weavers among them.
I would message one of them. Whichever one might, to my best of my knowledge, might seem like the most in charge.
Hush.
I know what you are. We are working to get help. Do not fuck this up for us by doing anything rash.
I would never dream of it. You are the one that must not fuck this up for us.
Oh, we can leave. And then you can just try to convince all these people to help you on your own. We've already done a lot of work to help you.
You get nothing else. There's not anything else.
I'm like, yeah, try me, asshole. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
What else would you all like to do? Very talky episode so far.
I think now we sleep.
I think now we head towards the,
Grim Reaper made a rope ladder of minor healing. I don't know how that works, but
Climb up and roll.
Yeah,
You roll 2d6
however
and
far
that's
up
how
you get is how
heal.
much healing you get.
I like it.
what would you guys like to do at this point?
Gonna head back to that inn and
Good night.
yeah.
Okay. As you walk the city, you make your way back towards the court hearth and come upon a older dwarven structure, not unlike what you saw in the old town just recently. But this one in particular looks to have been done up quite a bit. It has that stout dwarven architecture, but is adorned with whimsical metal embellishments, bronze vines, silver inlays, and tiny gold canaries that are perched at odd angles. Inside, the air hums with the scent of spiced ale and roasting meat, and the roaring hearth at the center casts a flickering light over mismatched furniture and walls lined with eclectic metalworks. You saw a sign as you entered that reads, "The Free Canary."
The free.
Is there
The
someone in
canary
there
in the
yelling,
mine?
"Free canary"?
Yeah.
And then the bard
Say it
inside
fast
starts
enough,
playing a
it sounds
specific
like
song.
Is it like a Freebird reference?
It's a mine reference.
Yeah, the canary in the coal mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you enter, you do see the barkeep, who appears to be the owner. There's only one individual who appears to look the part, as a stout and balding dwarf with braided white beard hairs streaked with golden thread. As he kind of eyes you as you enter. Hi, welcome, travelers.
So, Flora, canaries. The dwarves used to take canaries in the coal mine in case they hit pockets of poison gas, and the canaries would die first.
Like in campaign or real life?
In real life, but he
In
said
real-
it dwarves because like that's
You're
likely
gonna
what
make
would have
Morgan
happened
cry?
here too.
Yeah.
No, I just didn't know that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
a thing.
No, in real life.
I was like, y'all picking all this up from Alex's campaign?
No.
But I see now it's
Yeah.
real life. Yeah, I was like, damn, I'm really not doing well. That is dark.
Is there anything you guys would like to do while you're here, or are you just here to get a quick rest?
Is this dude high?
Would
What's he
you like to
smoking?
talk to him?
Yeah, heck yeah. Hey, welcome.
Welcome yourself.
No, I'm welcome.
You're here in my place.
Okay.
Where are you from, traveler? You're certainly not from here.
No, about.
Okay.
About.
Okay, that's fine if you don't want to tell me.
Well,
I'll figure it out.
we're from outside.
Outside.
Yeah.
Well, everyone's from outside, I'm pretty sure.
Not you.
Oh, I'm not from in here.
No, outside the walls.
Outside the walls.
We're new refugees, I guess you would call us.
Oh, well, I'm pretty well traveled. I might have seen a place or two.
Yeah.
Where's the furthest you've been?
Furthest I've been would have to be Grixton Republic. Specifically, visited a cousin of mine in, what's the name of that old town? Oh, my memory escapes me. Where was Cheryl from?
I don't remember.
Oh, shoot. It's gone.
No.
but there.
Yeah.
A dwarven settlement in South Grixton.
We've been to the.
Keeg was the name.
well,
I remember it
yeah.
sounds a lot like keg.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
We've been to the Vitniken Plateau, further south than that.
The Vidniken Plateau. Wow, didn't know I had a couple of celebrities here in the house.
Celebrities, why?
Would you mind signing the wall? As he points out,
What's on the
there's a
wall?
wooden wall, and there's a bunch of signatures there of would-be celebrities that have visited.
Valith will sign his name with his ink tattoo.
Okay.
Get some use out of it. He signs it Sir Valoth, to be fair.
Sir Valoth. Any relation to the great Sar Norin?
No, but I did once. We were for a slight time in possession of his staff.
Oh, wow, his staff. What a powerful relic that must have been, eh? Do any neat magic tricks with that?
Oh, a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of neat magic tricks.
I once saw him teleport and then get knocked out
Wow.
with the staff.
That's quite a trick.
Was.
It is not intentional.
That explains it.
The trick was on me.
I did once see a mage come in here and make my canaries fly for a bit. That was pretty cool.
What canaries?
Well, the metal ones.
Oh, we'll look up.
I crafted those myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's little golden embellished canaries hanging from vines at different.
So are
spots
you
in-
allowed into the mines with craftsmanship like that?
No. That's more of a hobby for me. It's a hobby for everyone here. If you're from here, that is.
What level of craftsmanship would get you into the mines? What typically garnishes
Oh,
entry?
the best.
any-
Many train their whole lives and can't make it.
Anything specific, like any specific type of thing, or it's anything really?
I heard they really like forks.
Forks? Like eating utensil forks?
No, you can craft whatever you like. It just matters how good the make is.
Gotcha. I'm gonna go walk up to the wall and sign my name. But it's big, flourishy, just...
Do you sign your real name? Or
No,
you...
I sign odd. Yeah.
Odd Beat Weaver. You a musician by chance? I see the drum.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have other instruments too now.
Play any songs?
Absolutely.
What's your favorite?
Well, my recent favorite is A Tale of Doom and Dire about a interdimensional... What is that?
Undead multiversal dragon.
Yeah, undead multiversal dragon.
Oh, that
coming
sounds
to
like
kill
one of
us
those
all.
really technical metal songs.
Yeah.
They
It
really
is.
like those
They're
around
like,
here.
Oh,
Funny
yeah.
enough, the dragon is made of a mineral,
Yeah.
which metal is a mineral.
Yeah.
You know?
Val out here does a light show for it.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Valve looks at you like I do.
You play your song, you do your light show or make my canaries fly, whatever you'd rather, and the rest of you have a good time, liven up the place. I'll give you free drinks.
Oh, okay. Sold.
He sits back in his chair
What's
like an
this
old
building-
retired man who has nothing better to do than to make people dance.
What's
Yeah, yeah.
what's this building made of?
It is an old stone building, but it's got a bunch of like metal and gold embellishments.
Would I know if it would be...
I don't really have much in the way of light show.
If it would be, like, frowned upon...
I thought you did.
...to be a magic wielder, user?
Make an insight
I'll
check.
make a light show.
I could find familiar and try to find something that could do
Yes.
that.
I got you.
I'm
I
gonna
hear
take a chat roll. 'Cause I got a lot of them.
Yeah.
I hear y'all talking about being confused about this light show, and he said he wanted to see the birds fly. That is an easy thing to do, and Drazad snaps his fingers, and all the birds begin to start.
You're a
twittering
musician
around.
too.
Oh, Drazad is something like that.
Oh,
sure.
hands Drazada. I definitely pull out an instrument. Yes, he is.
Drazad, I message Odd. How do I play this, Odd?
Just strum it.
We get the odd traveling dwarven bard every now and then, but it's rare we get an entire band.
Oh, Drazad more is like the support
Nonsense! As
staff.
he grabs you by the arm and he begins to sweep you up towards the stage. He's.
I got a 19.
I look
Okay.
at you, and I'm like,
It is not frowned upon to do magic around here. It is just it just so happens that many of the individuals here are more scientifically inclined. There's not much in the way of magical arcane
Then-
presence.
Could I wild shape
Sure.
into a canary
ooh.
Yes, you absolutely can.
and fly around?
Giant
Okay.
Canary.
As you what color is your canary?
Blue.
Blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, to match the flora. As you wild shape into the canary, and a mascot. You've got it all, don't you? Wow.
Tweet,
Well,
tweet.
folks, you're in for a treat tonight. I have for you one of the best acts in town. What do we call you?
Redemption.
Redemption is here to sing the songs you all love. So give them a warm welcome and a round of applause, why don't you? The crowd comprised of like 4 or 5 people.
Yeah.
Are you singing the doom and gloom? Are you singing that?
No, I think I'll open with something better. I'll finish with doom and gloom.
Odd, I'm going
Well,
to kill you.
When he starts singing, I'll start to ritual cast Skywrite to line up when he starts singing
The
doom
lyrics?
and gloom to like
The smoke.
but to,
I thought you were
No,
gonna do
no.
live captioning.
no.
You see a dwarf with like an ear horn who's
Yeah,
like,
literally.
"Oh, that's for me."
No, but like to like make pseudo clouds inside of here to be like, ooh, doom and gloom and scary.
Gotcha.
You're doing the smoke show. Like you're on the fog machine.
Exactly, and,
So
and I'll,
funky.
I'll even like sacred flame up in there to like simulate like lightning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
I'm gonna just
The
say
sacred flame doesn't actually
hey,
burn anything.
Hey, that thing in your hand is called a bass guitar, and all you have to do is slap it and just look important.
Drazad can do that, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just slapping the bass.
You just slap the bass.
If you set up a triangle, Flora Bird will play it.
Oh yeah,
Bird
absolutely.
flora.
Yeah.
I'll just put my beak.
With your beak. Yeah.
Triangle.
Just running.
You're like the kid with the oven.
Talk about a canary in a coal mine. I don't know if she'll live this
She's
one.
been down a couple times.
Then I will have all of you make performance checks as you begin to play your song for the crowd.
As part of like the pyrotechnics, I want to cast hypnotic pattern, but above everybody, so it's like not gonna hit them, but like they see the colors, right?
Okay.
You know.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll say you can go with advantage. Because you know what you're doing with the hypnotic pattern.
Net 20
Oh my god.
Yeah.
for a 34.
So let's go around the table.
Chat, that is the highest I could possibly get.
That's the highest I've ever seen in this campaign. Valo, what'd you get?
A very humble 19.
19. 34. Drazad, what'd you get?
A casual 16.
A casual 16. And Flora? A 15. Look, the 15 is a good roll.
Yeah.
But it's less than half of what you got.
One less.
Jesus.
So as the atmosphere begins to darken, everyone kind of settles in, and the clapping kind of slows as they begin to look around, and you all begin to tell this tale of darkness, foreboding, terror on the horizon, soaring over the peaks on its way to Freudan. You perform your hearts out.
Why did the music get so sad?
We're
We're singing a serious tune.
I need all of you to roll initiative.
Right, that's what I was like, wait, whoa.
The Canary's Drazad animated. Start attacking.
Valoth, you are creating the atmosphere that puts a chill in their spines before the music even begins. Odd, they may not realize it, but you're playing every instrument but the bass here.
And the triangle.
And the triangle.
In the triangle. Yeah.
Excuse you.
The musicality sounds full, and it almost would appear that the metal band here has backing tracks, but it's all you. you are playing
Like metal off.
you're in the groove.
Yeah.
You've never been quite this in tune. Your only regret really is that you can see the fear that you are putting on the eyes, on the minds of the parishioners here.
If that's the case, I'm gonna try and turn it and finish. I want to finish
like we
like-
destroyed it.
or like there's a hope and there's a chance, like type of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Drazad, as you are playing your bass guitar, you begin to realize that the strings themselves are made of a metallic alloy. And you begin to flex them and bend them to your will so they are the correct notes no matter what you play or where your hands fall.
I've manipulated the rules of reality.
You're forging this bass.
Yeah.
Flora, a lesser canary, would have died ages ago. But your ability to hang on to your wild shape, your abilities as the chief of Zashitan allow you to power through and ring this triangle as the shining light of hope that finally pierces through the darkness at the end of the song. As all of you finish, out of breath, you look upon the tavern.
Feather.
As I hit the last strum on
I'm
the
like,
bass.
more cowbell, Flora.
Even the owner, who was boisterous as you walked in, is wide-eyed, mouth agape, looking across his parishioners, wondering what may happen next. As all of them, "Hey, beautiful, beautiful, well said, well said. You really had me going for a moment. I didn't think it was going to be a happy ending."
We don't know yet. Still working on it.
Yeah, well, maybe workshop it a bit.
Right, yeah, the dragon. No, that's real. I know he's like a song teller and storyteller. That dragon was a real thing. That happened. That's going to happen.
Oh, that's good.
I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it.
Literally. the clouds Valov was making just come right over Drazad's head.
Yeah, they had parted and began to part and light, and then the minute you say that really happened, it's like they close back in.
Sadness.
As you explain what's coming, the barkeep eventually is receptive enough to understand that danger's always on the horizon, and he should be prepared for it, but it's not going to cramp his style. As all of you find your rooms and rest for the night, I will have each of you subtract a single gold piece from your inventory for your I'll say 2 rooms. You'll probably split up.
A gold piece a person?
Yep.
I can just pay for everyone.
This is unacceptable. I'm just kidding.
I'll pay for everyone.
Okay.
Add it back.
I am rich.
That said, as the night draws to a close and the morning begins to break on the following day, you all awake, well rested, as the sun peers through the, not curtains, but open slits in the wall leading to the outside, refracting and reflecting off of the golden embellishments within the Free Canary's rooms, which are just as eclectic as the lobby area where you made your
and not free at all.
a memorable performance the night before. Well, he said he'd give you drinks. He didn't say he'd give you rooms.
Yeah.
Drazad cast Purify Food and Drink on all of our stuff last night.
Yeah, this is not the illest inn.
Oh, what would we do without you?
Potentially be poisoned. You're welcome. Have you ever had food poisoning before? It's not fun.
I can't say that I have.
Alex had it this weekend.
Oh, man.
Oh no.
Yes, I did. It was rough. Lost 7 pounds though. That was cool.
Period.
Anyway,
Skinny queen.
as all of you are now awake and the sun is awake with you, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna ritual cast Find Familiar. And
Okay.
I'll tell you what it looks like later, because I don't know.
don't
I'm looking
know.
at the list after I fix my spells.
As soon as the dawn break, honestly, probably before dawn breaks, Drazad would wake up and get ready to go to the forge.
Okay. Drazad, as you go downstairs, I imagine you're probably the first one up as you consider what it is you're going to craft to gain you entry into the Pale Halls. You walk downstairs into the atmosphere that is not quite as lively as it was the night before. You see the dwarven parishioner moving about, but even he only appears to just be... the dwarven owner. Even he only appears to just be stirring. You actually spy something that you don't think he has yet. Make a perception check for me. I want to see how much you notice.
Oh. Non-nat 20. And I've used my heroic inspiration.
Oh, we have them.
Oh, no. Everybody just got it back.
I know. I still haven't used it.
Just remember to use it.
Well-
Because even short rest, I can give it
And
back
it's
to you.
once.
Once per short
No, I
rest or
technically
long
would
rest.
have. I still technically, I don't have it.
Well, we just long rested, so you would.
Well, he wouldn't have played it for you, right? You have to play a song, I think, over the rest.
You
It doesn't.
You
Yeah,
can
it's
take
fine.
a roll from chat.
You played last night.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Is that like what? I
It's
wouldn't
fine.
have another one because we used it.
You can have it.
after we woke up.
Yeah.
It's okay.
20. Sorry, non-nat 20.
As you look out over the area where last night your adoring public were rallying applause for you, enjoying your song, you see one of the individuals is still there. A disheveled dwarven man who looks pretty stout. He's got a pockmarked face and a wiry red beard, but you can't see a whole lot else of him because he is collapsed onto the table. Not sleeping, just still, kind of grimacing, maybe half awake. His eyes appear to be glazed over as he is looking around the room.
I would. Do I see is the innkeep? You said he was not fully awake yet. Like he's still.
He's up and moving, but he appears to be tending to some things in the back. He's not made his way up to the front yet.
Okay. I would probably first just go check on the man.
Okay. Make a medicine check.
$17.
This man is overdosing on Ta'alva.
Oh no.
Too bad you don't believe in eating other species.
I
You
know-
could purify food and drink 'em.
Period.
You can get a little high while you're at it. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know if this would work. I'm still in the middle of preparing my spells, so I'm kind of cheating. But
That's
I will
okay.
Stock it for the rest of the day.
I'm all right.
I would cast protection from poison on him.
Okay. Does that remove current poisons?
It ends the poisoned condition. And for the duration, the target has advantage on saving throws to avoid or end the poisoned condition, and it has resistance to poison damage.
So I will say that this is a bit more than a poison.
Okay.
But I'm gonna reduce it to a roll. I'm gonna roll a d20,
Okay.
and if it's above a 10, he shall be healed.
He shall be healed.
It is a nat 1.
He shall not.
It shall not be healed.
Oh, can I?
Oh, I have like a potion.
As
Okay.
you look over his form, you can
He
see one of his eyes appears to be completely rolled back. But as you analyze it a bit more closely, you notice that it is just a milky white. It appears to have had some damage at some point. His leather cap has fallen off onto the table that he's slumped onto as he kind of looks up at you and...
Does it look like he's poisoned, you said, and he's dead?
Well,
He's overdosing.
He's overdosing.
If I casted Aid, would that give him 5 hit points?
Yes, it would.
And it says up to 3 creatures. Can I target the same one 3 times?
No, it's got to be separate creatures.
Okay.
But you can give him
Healing-
aid.
Well, if I can give him aid, then I should be able to do healing word as well.
Didn't your Summer's Balm solve issues like
I
that?
don't think so. Let me
Also,
look.
why y'all trying to harsh this dude's buzz? Like,
What?
trying to save his life, dude.
Well, with the medicine
So
check,
note
he
to
can tell
self,
that he
threats
is
of
like in
overdose.
actual
Oh,
danger.
okay.
It's not, yeah.
hey, I'm like, what y'all doing?
Yeah,
Leave
sorry.
man
This
alone.
is, this is not just like a good
I
trip.
didn't roll no medicine
No,
check.
I can use my Balm of Summer Court, but all it does is like
Heal.
heals.
Oh, I thought it removed conditions.
No, but I mean, I can give it. Let's see, I'll roll.
See you, Grim. Have a good night. Be
Bye-bye.
safe driving home.
Bye, Graham.
What you
I'm trying-
thinking, cleric?
I'm trying.
I lost my
Oh,
train of thought. How
D6.
about
2, 3.
do I recognize the dwarf?
You recognize him from the night before, most certainly. He was one of the parishioners.
Just
the night before.
okay.
He just got 9 points of healing, 9 temporary hit points.
Okay. You see his eyes like beginning to kind of stabilize as he begins to take these deep, exasperated breaths, ragged and not quite as steady as you might hope.
I don't really know what else to do. At this point, I would holler for the innkeep. I don't remember his name, but
I don't know if we got it.
yeah, I don't think we.
Yeah, he told me it.
He did not. But
Oh, no.
as you call
Brett
out
made
for the
one up.
innkeep, he rounds the corner. Oh, gods, Greldor! I knew you were going to do something like this.
Do they have? Is there any kind of
Antidote.
to
Oh.
this?
Oh,
This man needs a cleric.
I'm about to say, I jumped behind the bar. I was like, do you have any hot
You
sauce?
probably need lesser or greater restoration.
I'm sure I've got some back there.
You got, so I
It's
started
not really popular in drinks, you know.
Yeah, I started looking for like all kind of different hot things, and maybe like some like vodka, like some stout alcohol to mix it with.
Okay.
I started pouring it all in like a cup.
Make a medicine check.
Is this the Back to the Future drink?
Yes, yes. Some wake up juice.
I
Yeah.
see you doing this, and I'm like, what are you talking about? He needs like charcoal to
I've seen
absorb the
this
poison.
before.
Forgot about wake
No,
up
I've
juice.
seen this before.
Oh no!
I feel like
God.
if anything would ever happen to me and Brett were around, I would get fed like a cocktail of vodka and hot sauce, and he'd be like, "You feel better?"
After you expel everything.
Yeah.
then yeah.
I probably would.
Medicine. Ooh, yeah, 18.
As you mix your concoction together, you take a whiff and it singes your nose hairs. You feel like you've
Perfect.
dialed it in.
Smelling
And by
salts.
dialed it in, you mean you found enough spicy stuff to fit in a small
Yeah.
If it doesn't wake it up, it might kill him.
What's his name?
Does it singe off his
What's the
mustache?
barkeep's name?
The barkeep did not give
Oh,
you
I'm
his
sorry.
name, but the individual he just shouted out is Greldor.
Get Growler, drag him outside, because you don't. Whatever's about to happen, you don't want it to happen in here.
Direct quote. Nice. I approve. He begins to, with every fiber of muscle this older man has,
I'll help.
sort of pull this rather stout dwarf out, and
Yeah.
I'll
he
help
looks
him
to you.
drag him out.
Oh, thank you.
Also, if there was a funnel, I'll grab a funnel.
exactly like the movie.
You all get him out into the streets where some people are beginning to wander in their morning activities, and if you stop and stare, looking at what's happening, they might expect this in the worst part of town, but not here.
Like, good morning, it's fine.
Val
it's
was
cool.
gonna say, "Don't do drug, kids," or "Don't
Yeah.
do drugs, kids."
Just one. We only
Dare.
know one
Don't-
drug.
don't
Dare
Don't
to
do
not
drugs.
do
drug.
drugs. Yeah. And I put the funnel in his mouth. I'm like, all right,
gorilla.
face him that way, and I like face him towards the troughs. And
Was
stuff.
there
like?
whenever before like everybody got involved? Was there anything on the table? Was there any drinks, napkins,
Drugs.
anything like that?
More
Little
drugs?
baggies.
Make an investigation check.
I feel an eye roll coming in our near future.
Let's see it.
Maybe.
Let's see it.
17.
Looking across the table, you don't notice anything at first, but as you run your finger across, you do pick up a very fine white, off-white powder.
And it absorbs in your skin, you die.
Now you need some wake-up juice.
Yes, right.
Okay. I will. Man, I really don't want to. Can I roll like a medicine check or something to see if I think lesser restoration would help him?
Yeah, you definitely can.
I don't want to burn a 5th level spell.
Well, don't.
Well, greater restoration.
Yeah, let me.
21.
You feel like, in combination, you might as well try it. You feel like, in combination with your spell against poison earlier, and this should hopefully do the trick. He at least seems to be coming to.
Yeah.
He's maybe on the better side of it now.
Yeah, I'll try lesser restoration, and then I'll just like prep like a cure wounds if I need to use it.
Okay. As you
Wait, let's try my thing first.
you walk outside prepping your lesser restoration.
Odds pouring.
As Odd is funneling the wake up juice into his mouth. Odd, as you pour this down his gullet, you see it splashing out of the edges of his mouth as his eyes sort of continue to glaze over, and then finally the drink is emptied. You pull the funnel out, and you see a bit of it sort of just sitting in his mouth as it bubbles, and he runs over to a nearby trough, dunks his head in, and as he pulls his head out, his wiry, thin red hair is now matted to his face, making him look like a human zit. I mean, he looks disgusting, but he is alive as he then turns around and looks at you and falls face down into the dirt.
Quite exactly like the
He's
movie.
sleeping though.
Yeah.
He's out. Yeah.
It's times like these when I miss playing Taffy because I would just what's the word where you clean them?
Prestidigitation.
Oh,
Just prestidigitation.
you just constantly prestidigitation them.
Yeah.
Valeth could do that, but
I don't have it,
oh, never mind.
so I can't. Oh.
Val's like, LOL.
It's called
As
a
the
can trip.
the individual hits the dirt and that initial cloud of impact smoke sort of subsides. He begins to move and he rolls himself over on his own power as he looks up to the sky, gazing into the bright blue as he winces and covers his eyes, looking over at the four of you. What'd you do that for?
You were dying.
My
Potentially
friend's a
already.
powerful cleric, and he said you were gonna die. I've seen something like this before.
Maybe he had a DNR.
Were you like trying to kill yourself?
God!
I don't know.
Did you knowingly take that drug?
Of course I did.
Why?
Better.
Better
To
than
be
what?
dead?
Then
Or to like have a good time?
We'll all be dead.
Where are you from, my guy?
why will we all be dead?
Where are you
Make
from?
a persuasion check.
I asked him where he was from.
He wants to pass out.
I'm from here. But you don't look like you are. You should get going while you can.
Is it because she is like a blue-green?
Yeah.
I rolled an
I'm
18
very clearly not from here.
with an eye roll.
He kind of looks you over and you don't want to know.
I drop the facade for a second. I have the background. Do I still? I previously had the back. I don't know how it works now. I'm confused.
Yeah, because backgrounds are different now. You wouldn't have that, but if you want to use that flavor, I'm totally fine
Yeah,
with it.
of the haunted one from
Mhm.
Legacy,
Yeah.
where it's like, just people looking at me, they know that I've seen some shit, and I would
I don't know
say,
if you need the background for that.
yeah, so I would
Galaxy
drop it
eyes.
shortly, and even though Val hasn't touched his hair is like now loosely in this bun, and it is like strands
Frazzled.
are hanging in front of his face, sunken eyes like he's never slept, and he hasn't since it
And
happened.
he hasn't because we don't have
Yeah, because we don't have to. But yeah.
I like how you
And
slipped
then
that in.
and then he waves his hand, and it goes back to how he was.
Roll your persuasion check one more time. Because I will tell you, he rolled a nat 20
yeah,
before.
and I saw it.
13. I'll just
You
take
definitely
what- I'll just
earned the
take what I
reroll.
rolled. Yeah. 13.
He looks upon the face of someone who has seen a great horror and now has to live with that imagery burned into his mind. And with his one good eye, says, "You've got what I've got."
Yes, but I'm doing something about it instead of wasting away.
There's nothing to be done. They all think I'm crazy anyway.
Try me.
Have you seen?
He
What
sort
have you
of
seen?
leans himself up against a structure in the court hearth. My line of work, I might only have one good eye, but it's good for watching the gate. I keep an eye out for friends that might be coming through.
Do you have a patch?
No, he's got like a whitened eye, like it's been scarred.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You said that. I guess I thought.
I thought
that
it was the
was
drugs too.
Yeah, that's what.
One night, not so long ago, I was expecting a friend of mine to come through the gate. Just know you didn't hear this from me. His eyes flick up to you. Middle of the night. Even the stars were hidden in a fog. We were expecting someone to slip in with a caravan of Benaran refugees. Great night for it, really. Especially when your guy on the outside can go invisible. So I waited and watched the caravan enter. Gates closed. No sign of him. Weird, I thought. So I went on home. Some days later, and things got interesting. He swallows hard as Adam's apple bobbing. Seems that the drug-induced fever is wearing off as he shudders, sobering himself. I had some bad soup and got ill. I mean, really ill. Fear of losing my life, I was so sick. So I took some diamond dust that I'd found to a local cleric and got set right. That's what I thought. Not long after, a whole new disease had bored itself into my mind. See, something was there that night. And I think I was the only one that saw it. Well, it saw me too. Sort of see-through creature. Some kind of fucked up horseman combo with gravestones in its back.
The Nurgle.
Oh no.
I'll never forget what it said to me when it caught me peeping at it. It looked me dead in the eye and said, "You will forget Nargath. You never saw
And when
You
was
never saw.
When was this?
this. What day is it now?"
I would
Tuesday.
tell him. Oh yeah, I would tell him.
Same thing.
There are different names for days, and,
Yeah.
but you tell him the day, and he it would have been at least it's the day the Benaran refugees came in.
Son of a
No,
bitch.
there's not.
Yeah, we
Nurgle.
called him
Nurgles are
Nurgle.
like
I've
our
said
nickname we
Nurgle
made
so
for
many
yeah, I know.
times.
At the time, I just kind of gave in because I'd rather not have seen that thing. His nervous words die quickly as he sort of trails off into the memory of it once again.
It's and you saw this outside,
Yeah, I was about to ask.
or
where
is it,
again
you saw
was
it
this?
inside? I don't remember.
Was it with the cleric?
My job is to wait on the other side of the wall. When we have someone who comes in with special gifts, special things for us.
So you saw him in the city.
I did.
Do you work for Durgarin?
Son of a bitch.
Which way did he go?
Make a persuasion check.
And he spoke to you.
Which way did he go?
I don't know.
I'm gonna cast scrying on Nurgle, like right now.
On Nerga?
Yeah.
Nergal.
Okay, and he would
I
have
thought we killed Nergal.
So
straight roll?
Oh, we definitely did, but he is 100% back to life. So
beheaded.
first hand met him is
what I thought.
a straight roll. Extensive knowledge, he would have a -5. If I have anything of his, then he would also have some minuses.
You don't have anything of his.
yeah.
I would not qualify what you know of him as extensive
You didn't think we
knowledge,
took any great
especially
spells?
considering he was lying to you a lot of the time.
But we know that he was a giant from way back when who helped kill all his people.
I mean, that's similar to saying, like, I know that you're a human that
They
does
killed
the work
all-
that you
They
do.
killed
I
all
mean,
your
so
people.
another thing is like a picture or other likeness. Like, could I
Oh,
draw one?
No,
Something
I'll,
of him?
I'll minor
Hey.
illusion. I'll minor illusion.
Okay.
He has a -2 then. Yeah.
Okay, so
Well, with
-2.
the picture.
With the picture, yeah.
Okay.
If Alex counts that.
Okay. And what's the DC he's rolling against?
17.
He has an 18. He rolled a nat 20.
Yeah.
It's actually -4. He's reading the spell wrong.
No, -4 is if we had something specifically of his.
As you're attempting to...
How many days ago was it he said? I don't think you got that out.
Less than a week.
Less than a week.
Yeah.
Just shy of a week is actually what he said. That's more accurate. But as you're trying
No
to...
less than more
Yeah.
than a week. Than a fortnight.
As you're trying to spy on this creature that you once thought dead until you had previously noticed his body was missing
Yeah.
some time ago. I don't know if you remember that, but
Did we go back to that place?
you
No,
you
I
find
scryed
your
on
scrying
Oh.
attempt to be a failure. But you do hear a bit of laughter in the back of your mind, that same... And almost as you snap back to your senses, you see a flash across your face as you see something clatter onto the ground, once again stirring up some of the dirt and debris that is just accumulated over the floor.
What was it? What is it?
You move to take a closer look at it, and you see a hand mirror that has been thrown by the individual that you just saved. I don't want nothing to do with that thing.
With this?
Take that away from me.
Who gave you that?
It's what'd you roll for your
16.
16? Durgan gave me that so I could see the invisible things coming through.
I've had my eye out the entire time.
You have not seen anything.
Yeah, we were within 10 feet of Nurgle, yeah.
You have not seen anything.
A Nurgath.
You saw he came in with the Benaran refugees. You
Before
came in
us.
with the
Correct.
Raleigh refugees.
Yeah, and I get that. I'm saying, like, in all this time we've been here, we were never, like, within 10, 15 feet of a...
That's correct.
Well, the sea invisibility is, I think, my normal sight range.
I believe it is.
Oh, he's down in the mines.
You
or something.
only were able to
Yeah.
see him because
Yeah,
of
it's just-
this
it's normal
mirror?
sight.
If you look inside of it, it's and focus it on it for 10 minutes, you can cast the sea invisibility spell once per day.
So how did you know they were coming in?
Drazad picks it up.
It was his man.
It's a scheduled pickup.
It's a...
For Nergath?
No.
No.
For anything. Like, usually people are
He said
visible to
earlier-
come in.
He said earlier that he had a guy who smuggles in when groups come in, and it's invisible, and he has the mirror to see when that guy comes in, but the guy didn't come in. What came in was Nurgle.
I see.
Yeah.
Can I share the name of this item real quick?
Sure.
It's the hand mirror of soul searching.
It allows you to
good.
see invisibility, to see your soul.
And
Your
sea
invisible
invisibility
soul.
lets you see into the ethereal plane too.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, the sea invisibility spell lets you...
It's
lets you do
literally
both.
soul searching.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hand mirror of soul searching, you said?
Yep.
Mhm.
Well, this is quite disturbing. I think I know what's keeping our friend down there.
But why?
It's a great question. We should. You really need to pass this test. I'm gonna ritual cast. Valve will sit down on the ground right there and crack an egg on the ground and trace the yolk and everything into the ground into some kind of. It's just these arcane signals, and he'll dip 5 eggshells in it, and he'll place one on the back of his neck and everyone else's neck, including Luciana.
I love the flavor of this. This is so cool.
Because you need an eggshell, and it says which you place on the back of the neck of the people.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So he places the eggshells on the back of all your necks. Rary's telepathic bond. We are
nice.
So now we can talk to each other. He's like, "You go do your thing. I'm gonna go check on something real quick."
I'm gonna cast aid on everybody. So everybody's got 15.
Did you end up casting aid too? No?
This
Okay.
will override it. Everybody's got 15.
Okay. Extra.
It-
Not temp. Extra.
They're extra hit points.
Like your max.
Max.
Yeah,
goes
your
up
max
50.
goes up. Yeah.
How many?
Totally
15.
different thing. Very cool. Very cool. We like it.
Hey, my HP's at 69.
Hey,
Nice.
What's yours at, Brett?
115.
I would cast Bless, but I don't ask
Wait,
for 'em.
yeah, thanks. Jeez. All over the place.
Yeah.
As
So
you
now-
all
now we
make
can
your
talk to each
preparations,
other
Mine's 94.
for an hour.
As you all make your preparations, Greldor begins to stand shaky-legged as he braces himself against the structure he was leaned up against. Just do yourself a favor and steer clear of that thing.
We've already encountered that thing once before.
We thought we killed it,
Real quick, I'm trying
There's
to...
only one surefire way to kill it.
which is
It's to kill the memory.
ooh. No.
I pretty much had forgot about it, but
Yeah.
it came back.
No, I think it means the memory of the being.
No, we pretty much forgot about it, is what he's saying, and it still came back.
How do you know that?
He's talking
It's
about
worked
Nurgle.
so far.
No, I thought he meant like you have to destroy.
He
the
seems
Nurgle
like out of
memory.
breath, and he breaks your gaze as he begins to brush past you. He actually slams into you as he walks past. He doesn't mean to, but he stumbles past you as he almost falls back into the dirt,
Mabel.
catching his footing as he continues to walk back towards the old part of town near where you met the refugees last night.
Is there... Can I roll like an Arcana check or something to see if he's not like disguising himself?
If he's not what?
Disguising himself?
Disguising himself. This individual?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely you can.
Oh, is this Nurgle? Did we just save Nurgle?
14.
He certainly doesn't appear to be under any disguises, and as you understand, it would have to be alter self,
Right.
if anything, because you would have come into physical contact with him
Yeah.
several times, and other people would have.
Yeah, as soon as Alex was like, he hobbled away. And I was like, it's him. Nergath always lies.
No, he continues to walk as he stumbles through the city streets, and you are quickly reminded. What is called to mind for you is the discussion you had with Silria the day before about how Ta'alva has
Yeah.
certainly permeated the streets, and it appears that even the person that may be getting it into the city
It has
has
to be
it
dirt, right?
within
Yeah.
his ranks.
Yeah.
So what do we do now?
Well, now we have several different things. We
Yeah,
need to
same plan as before, but now we know what we're fighting, and it's evil and gross.
do. Yeah, it's honestly, it's not the fun. He's not the fun thing to talk to,
Oh, he's also ancient.
and he lies. If you run into him without us around, do not trust or listen to anything he has
I
to say.
pray that I don't.
Me too. You should try praying to Paraxis. He's a pretty great god, by the way. I hand a pamphlet.
I'm not really the religious type, but
No,
from
that's
you,
okay.
friend, I'll take the suggestion.
pretty great.
She puts it in her pack, and as she does, she's not careful not to like crumple it. It kind of like gets folded
It's
a
okay.
little.
I was just about to ask.
And now it's gone.
Now it's...
Okay, so what's the plan? I'm going to the forge to forge my
I'm
life
going
away.
to look at the entrance of that mine. I want to watch somebody go through the entrance
Okay.
and kind of see if I can see certain ways into the entrance. Just in case that doesn't work, We have a plan B to get in. But I'm not telling Drazad that. Because I don't want to hurt his confidence.
You don't have to come to me. I'm just typing so I don't forget.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Okay.
What you got?
I want to talk to the guy that we were just talking to. I forgot his name. The one that...
Greldor?
Greldor. And ask... So, Durgan is the one that gave you this hand mirror.
Aye.
Did you talk to him about what you saw?
Oh, I told him. Like the others, they don't think I'm right in the head. They saw how sick I got. They think my brain is mush.
You don't think that Durgan sent him or knew he was coming?
I'm not sure what he'd have to gain. And it's all about gain with him.
Okay. And you're confident that he didn't double-cross you?
Oh, double-cross me, he might. But bringing that thing into the city, I just don't see the reason in it. And he's not one to act outside of reason. His reason is greed. To be fair, it's my reason too.
Yes, but Nergath has that effect on people.
And remind me again, Durgan is cash money. What does that mean?
He's the leader of commerce. He's
the voice of commerce.
Yeah. Durgan is cream.
Young money, baby.
I love that we're like,
He's gonna hit the door.
we need to publicly share our notes with the chat somehow.
Truly, we will.
Durgan's a
After the
dwarf.
campaign's
Yeah.
over, we should
Yeah,
just
he's got a
download
big
it as
grill.
PDF.
Yeah.
the highlights are Zorthel is Magic Man, Halric is Hammer Time, and Durgan is Cash Money.
Yeah.
Oh, and Naltheria, I didn't like Mistress of Mithril, so I called her Steel
Oh,
Seductress.
yeah, I like that one. Yeah, still
Nice.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
cool.
I like the actual session notes where like Caleb and I are noting things to
Oh,
each
yeah.
other.
Session
Yeah.
12 through
So
infinity.
like he'll type something and I'll put in parentheses like, "Oh my god, I didn't catch that," or like, "Oh that bitch." Like,
That bitch Luciana's here.
like our notes are just like to each other.
I did forget my other favorite, Durant, in parentheses, weak to fire.
I saw that. I didn't know why it said that.
It's a Pokemon,
Pokemon.
thing.
Oh, that's why you brought the Okay, got it.
This whole time I've just been waiting for it to say Durant.
That's what I was waiting for.
That's what I thought it would say in parentheses.
So as all of you watch Greldor continue to walk away from your group, Luciana begins to lead you in a similar direction, but more central to the city, in the direction of the forge. Finally, as you walk the streets, you hear the echoes of steel being struck grow louder and louder. The heat hits you first, dry and relentless, carrying the tang of molten metal as the Argent Crucible comes into view. This monumental forge blazes deep within Gonladir's surface city, its fires never extinguished. Rivers of molten metal glow in carved channels, casting shifting light onto the surrounding stone. The rhythm of hammers and anvils echo endlessly, each strike resonant with purpose as master smiths work tirelessly. Their figures framed by the flashes of their industry. Sparks rise like fleeting stars, and the weight of a kinetic power fills the air, holding back all but the truly worthy. Luciana continues to lead you. The wall is this way. You might be confused as she mentions the wall, but as you draw near, it makes more sense. A small crowd has gathered near the base of the pale halls, their murmurs hushed with anticipation. A lone half-orc smith stands before with a sparkling cliffside, cradling a magnificent warhammer forged with painstaking care. Drazad, you would recognize this as a masterpiece. His every step is deliberate as he approaches the sheer glimmering wall, his creation gleaming faintly in the light. With a deep breath, he raises the hammer and taps it against the stone. A pure, ringing tone vibrates through the air like the song of a tuning fork. Drazad, you feel you recognize this sound for a moment. The crowd holds its collective breath, but the mountain remains unmoved, its face unyielding. The smith lowers his head, his shoulders heavy with disappointment as he retreats in silence. The crowd similarly looks somewhat disappointed as they now look to the other smiths that have manned several stations as they craft their own unique items, each of them with wildly different smithing styles. What would you all like to do?
Drazad, I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna wink. We got a D10.
We're in the... Not the mine.
The forge outside. It's a giant open air forge just shy of the edge of the Pale Hall.
I am going towards the entrance of the mines, but yeah.
Okay.
What time of day is it right
That's
now?
why I
Is it
cast it.
early
It's
morning?
it's early morning.
Yeah. Is there somebody leading like the organizing this thing, or is this like?
It
With a
looks
fourth
like it's very similar to the forge you visited in Nigeria, where it's just sort of like take a workbench if it's.
And that
open.
guy just got rid of. He just left like the big forge. Or
There's
just
a bunch.
work-
They're all
a-
the same.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah,
There's not like a centerpiece one.
no.
Okay.
So he walked up and struck like the side of the actual mountain.
And you see that it is striped with mithril veins, and so it appears that like it's trying to resonate with the mithril.
Where you recognize it?
Got it.
You say you recognize.
The last time I remember something resonating and hearing it was I remembered in Zealous the ringing from Hrafheim, because in Hrafheim you would hear like this ringing noise from like across the ocean, right? I'm not crazy. Am I making?
You're not crazy.
No, okay.
That there have been a few times that the ringing has presented itself, but I kind of hide it. But yeah, that is one of the times you heard it.
Right, we were in the old forge, wasn't it?
You hear it, not us.
Perhaps.
We all
Maybe.
hear it.
We all heard the
No.
ring. It just sounds very familiar to him, like the resonating frequency of the ring.
Yeah.
I see.
It sounds like a tuning fork if you ever heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah.
So, I would begin probably by, like taking off like my armor and stuff like I would get down into like just my smithing clothes, like that stereotypical like normal Drazad photo you would see where he's like kind of like apron, white shirt, and like tools everywhere. I would take an ingot of mithril, and I would take my holy symbol, the obsidian holy symbol, and I would like to combine the obsidian and the mithril and forge the dragon coin amulet again. I'd like to basically undo what I did to the obsidian
Okay.
holy symbol, but adding the mithril as like a yin yang kind of a thing.
I understand your intent.
Yep.
As you begin to gear yourself up and prepare yourself, checking on the fires of the forge that you've selected and making sure that you have everything prepared, you know that this task is not only important in terms of process, but timing.
Yep.
So you want to make sure that everything is in order before you begin. As you do this, a little gnome actually wanders up. Oh, I haven't seen your face before.
No, Drazad
Is that a block of mithril?
fairly
Where'd
new
you
here.
waltz in with that?
Oh, don't worry. Drazad is a traveling smith who carries a lot.
Well, nice to meet you, Drazad. I'm Jolvik. Hope you make it in today.
Where are you from, Jolvik? It's nice to meet you.
Well, I'm from here. Pretty much. You see a wiry, energetic gnome with a shock of messy white hair and soot-smudged goggles hanging around his neck. His pockets are all stuffed with tools, the make and purpose of which many you don't recognize.
Yeah.
He's I'm in the forge right next to you, so if you need any help, just let me know. I'll be right over there working on my own thing.
Well, thank you. So Drazad would say the same to you.
I think this is the one. I think it's the one, you know.
Do you? There's like a
Have you-
weird question.
have you-
Do you travel at all? Have you ever left here before?
Not since I got here.
When did you get here?
20 years ago.
Okay, great.
And you said
are
you
not
think
the
this
gnome.
is the one?
This is the one.
How many tries have you done?
At least 1,000.
Oh, Jesus.
Can I give her?
It's
No.
easy. You just keep melting the same thing back over.
Yeah. I look at Drazad, I'm like, no pressure.
Should
Just-
cast bless on this man.
Just been
Drazad.
tweaking my process a bit every single time.
Yeah.
No pressure, Drazad.
You see,
I-
I don't say it out loud. I message. I
You have a
message.
very telepathic bond. Just
Yeah.
Oh,
you
that's
could,
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you could just
yeah,
talk
yeah,
to him.
I in my head, I'll tell Odd. Drazad does not feel the pressure. He is not worried.
Okay. That's a stout looking little gnome.
Yeah,
And he's done it 1,000 times.
right. Good news is though
He's
he's been
one-
here for 20 years, so he
Yeah.
wasn't the invisible gnome that stole my obsidian
good
weapons.
call. Good
Yeah,
call.
no,
I didn't even think to check him for obsidian.
Cuckoo, cuckoo. He looks down and he slams shut a cuckoo clock that is hung on his waist
wasn't
belt.
ready for that.
As he turns around, looks like it's ready to pull out from the fire. Wish you luck. And he makes his way back over. As you follow him to the forge, you see a couple of other smiths. One in particular stands out to you, a male dwarf with pale ashy skin and amber eyes that glimmer like molten metal as he stares directly into yours. Though that doesn't stop him from working on his craft. You see several of his smith's tools are actually floating nearby, held aloft by a hidden power as he continues to work.
I recognize him. He's not a. Is he a? Oh, I'm having a stroke.
Duragar?
Is he
Raphael
a servant of Pyraxis? Is he a cleric? Would I see any, like a holy symbol or anything?
You make a perception check.
22.
You don't see a holy symbol on him. No, he certainly has powers of some kind. But I will say that based on your years among dwarves, you've learned to identify a Duragar when you see one. They are naturally telekinetically gifted.
I will begin forging, but before I do,
What can I do to help?
I'll look over at the little gnome that talked to me, and I'll say, you know, I think you're right. I think this might be your time. And I'll cast Bless on the both of us.
As a sort of fiery light begins to radiate off of the two of you. Oh, you're good. You're good. You're not just a first timer, are you?
No, the great Pyraxis shows us all the way.
All right. With this, maybe we'll make it through. Let's do it.
Almost said together, and then I was like, no.
No.
No, don't tie your fate to his.
Yeah, and I would, unless I need help, I would probably completely try to avoid using any kind of magic to actually like help with the forging of the material.
Okay.
But if I did, I would end up using like fabricate.
Understood.
Just to help with the raw materials.
There's a nat 20. Chad.
You tell me this all in our telepathic bond.
Yeah.
The anvil stands solemn and worn, a silent witness to the ambitions of countless smiths before you. As you grasp the hammer's haft, the fire seems to breathe with you, the roar alive with anticipation, as though the forge itself watches to see if you are worthy of the challenge ahead. You stand before it, the raw ore now glowing faintly in the intense heat. With each swing of your hammer, you must shape the metal, coaxing it into the form you envision. The fire roars like a living beast, testing your endurance and precision as the heat becomes almost unbearable. But you know it must be hot to join these two unique metals. Make a strength check, or Smith's Tools check, but it's your Smith's Tools proficiency and your strength mod.
That's just the proficiency.
Yeah,
bonus,
it's just your
right?
Yeah.
proficiency bonus. You do have 2 sets of smith tools. Can you add it twice?
One for each hand.
I mean, I'm still pretty
don't
strong.
forget your bless.
Hey!
With my heroic inspiration used for the day, I have rolled a 26 with a nat 20.
All right.
Man.
Your strikes ring true, shaping the metal with a balanced precision. The item begins to take form, a testament to your skill and control over the raw elements. As it begins to take shape, the true test of creation begins. You must attune yourself to the purpose of the piece, allowing your thoughts and spirit to guide the forging. The hum of the forge grows quieter in your mind, replaced by the subtle resonance of the item's emerging essence. Make a religion check for me.
Ooh.
That's like the 4th 7 that I've rolled.
In Vegas, that's a good thing. Oh, you also have a D10. You also have a D10 you can use.
It's 21. I think that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I
Did
did.
you
That's
already
not
take a
gonna-
chat roll? I'm not telling you to do it now. I'm
No,
asking.
yeah.
No.
No, I don't think you
No.
I'm saying it because I forgot to tell you. I'm only going to allow you to do that once
Once,
during this.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
set
what.
of-
Yeah. No,
okay.
I haven't during this.
Okay.
I use heroic inspiration to roll the nat 20. Fuck,
Okay,
that's what it
that's
was.
fine.
Yeah,
So,
And then you
with your
just use
21,
plus.
yeah.
your spirit aligns with the forge's song, and you feel the item resonate beneath your hammer, as though it has begun to speak its purpose. A subtle glow of silver light lingers in the air. The final moments are the most taxing as the day begins to grow long, where every ounce of your focus is required to complete the piece. The strain of the forge weighs heavy, but your will and wisdom must be stronger than that. This is what makes the difference between art and a masterpiece. I need you to make a wisdom check with your Smith's tools. So wisdom modifier, Smith's tools proficiency. So a little different than the actual rulings.
There you go.
23.
Okay.
He's gonna save it for if he rolls below a 20.
The heat of the Argent Crucible envelops you like a living force, the air shimmering with waves of molten light. The clang of your hammer against the glowing metal reverberates through your arms, each strike precise, deliberate, and resonant with purpose. Sparks fly in brilliant arcs. Sweat beads and trickles down your brow, mingling with the soot that clings to your scales, but your focus never falters. The creation before you takes shape under your relentless will, a form born not only of fire and metal, but of your resolve, your faith, and the weight of the Pale Hall's judgment. Around you, murmurs of other smiths fade into the background, drowned by the rhythm of your work. This is your moment, a chance to prove that you are indeed worthy. You plunge the medallion into a cooling chamber, and as steam releases, you pull it back out, and you have no doubt that this is one of the most beautiful things you've ever made. A swirl of black exists within a almost transparent white. It almost makes it look as if the black is floating when you hold it up against the sky. It's a beautiful piece, showcasing not only talent, but experience with both of these metals.
Once it's done, I will use to make sure that I'm able to still use it. I'll use Holy Weapon, and essentially like make sure it's imbued with holy power.
Okay.
And then I'll walk over to the side of the mountain.
Okay.
And
The shimmering cliff looms before you, its sparkling surface both daunting and mesmerizing. Drazad, you step forward, the item you forged cradled in your hands. Its weight not just of metal, but of hope and resolve. With a steady breath, you raise it and strike it against the stone. A clear, resonant tone rings out, sharp and beautiful, cutting through the constant hum of Gonladir's forges and echoing into the city beyond. The crowd around you falls silent, their eyes fixed on the cliff as a thin crack begins to form, widening into a narrow gap just wide enough for a single figure. The split rises higher, impossibly high, nearly 40 feet, drawing gasps from the onlookers. Almost as tall as Master Dorrance, someone whispers in awe. The pale halls have spoken, their judgment clear, and you are compelled forward with your friends. Drawn by the undeniable truth, you are worthy. And as all of you come to realize this, that is where we will end our session for tonight.
You see Drazad roars and like shoots lightning into the air.
Hell yeah. What a session, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Lots of ups and downs there. A mixture of lore, fun, and creative problem solving. I loved every moment of it. I hope you guys did too. I really enjoyed having you along for the ride. So make sure that you join us next week. We'll be playing on Tuesday instead of Wednesday as Morgan runs her Into the Fae campaign. And then we'll be circling back the week after as we continue with this campaign into the mines of Gonladir and the deep recesses of the Pale Halls themselves. But until then,
Nergath a second time.
but until then, kill Nergath and go out there and make some chaos. Bye.
Nergath has become our Luciana.
Alex,